sign into all right, we're live on there. Hold on. Let me go into here. Oh, I gotta redo this. Fuck. Hold on. Man. Hold on one sec.
So, anything you want to specifically want to talk about? Any topic?
I mean, whatever you want, whatever you want to talk about. I like to really let them ask questions too. Hold on, I can't see. I'm trying to get this on Instagram. Instagram's like a whole nother thing to add on to this sort of.
Right.
Stupid.
I was just looking at that, how to like go live from the computer, but you gotta copy it to that link to the streaming service and then go and then it's fucking weird.
It is weird. All the other ones are easy. This one's the one that's a pain in the ass.
Always, man, which is crazy. We were just talking about this. Actually, I was just watching James Lau too with Grand LED, and they were talking about like there are other platforms, but they're just not like X or like Discord or like YouTube, but Instagram still ends up being like the main one. Like it just enough have not shifted over to other platforms, which is difficult because IG is the most difficult fucking one too out of all of them.
It really is, man. Yeah, I wish there was. I really do wish there was another one. Damn. Hold on. I mean, they tried, but it didn't. That's better. All right, that's good. But
yeah, they tried a lot.
What? See, what was it? A burner. That whole thing for a while.
Social, yep, and then Canna something, and oh man, there was a few. There, I think like 3 or 4. Everybody keeps trying, but like. And it's crazy, right? Because we have this attachment to like the worst fucking one. Like the most difficult one, the most, like it is just, I find it stricter than like the rest of them too. It's just, I don't know I don't know. Maybe we just like the abuse,
Yeah, it sucks, man. I mean, bro, I've lost so many accounts, like had to make so many accounts. You get up there, like, I mean, it's just crazy. It really is. It's hard. It's not easy to build up an account. When you get like over 10,000, you're like, all right, cool. And I know you have a big account, but it's like every time I get around 10,000 or just about 11,000, account goes. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, man. It's yeah, I don't. Man, it's just so difficult. But I don't know. This is just where I don't know. Like, this is where it's at. I don't know. Maybe we transition slow. I don't fucking know. Because it took us forever to get off of fucking forums, and then now going into IG. I mean, I just heard a term recently. Was it like social media governance, social media governments, meaning the apps and these companies that control what you can and can't say, and even still edit. They curate your comments. We can look at the same exact post, but we can see different comments. You could end up having the exact same type of followers, like we share like a lot of followers, and we will still end up seeing like different shit.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. And then like I would post one thing on one account and then post it on another account, and it would get taken on the other account, but not on the one account. And they say it's the algorithm, but I guess it is, but it sort of doesn't make sense when you're posting the same thing 2 different places, and it's picking it up on one and not the other. Then you got all these guys that just want to report shit and have nothing else to do with their fucking lives except be haters. That shit gets me. Like, I don't get it. I can never understand that like mentality, because like I want everybody to do well, like the people out there that just, I don't know.
It's just people think of their own opinion actually matters. So it's funny. This is ties in. So like today, all of today, off and on, I've been like, when I have a little bit of like a few minutes to do something, I've been watching The Truman Show, the movie, which has been like, and basically like everybody thinks that they are their own Truman Show, which in the reality it is. That's what, like, we have cameras that are always on. All the phones are always watching us. because it's picking up like facial expressions, and when you're looking at something for the algorithm, and these are permissions that we give them. You know, once we say agree, which is so much legal mumbo jumbo, like there's no fucking way to like not give them the right to do it, or they just won't let you do it. And you know, everybody thinks that they're entitled to that their opinion is a valid opinion because it's theirs. Like, that's not how the shit goes. If I want to know about fucking rockets, I'm probably gonna I'm probably gonna ask a rocket scientist versus the fucking local plumber. Not to say that he's not as important, but it's not the topic.
No, not at all. And I'm not going to go to YouTube and just like, you know, watch random stuff either. Like, I mean, I think a lot of people like do that, and it's just sort of odd, you know. But you're right. I mean, you nailed it on that. There's no doubt about it, you know. And that's, I mean, that goes into why I do what I do, you know, like to spread education. You know, these Wednesday nights, there'll be a lot of people look, you know, I see a lot of you guys on Instagram come to YouTube. There's like 25 of you guys on Instagram. Come to the YouTube. That way I can see your guys' comments. I mean, you guys could chill on Instagram. It's all good. But I got to look down at the phone to see it. So,
y'all, I'm going to let you know right now. I got a YouTube account. It's called What the Fuck Happened. And I think I got like, I don't know, like 22 followers. Like, I don't understand. Like yo, come. And if I can only go live after 50. So I was like, yo, I just need to go get to 50s and I'll be able to put out some like wild content. I have some amazing ideas. Like, nothing. I'm like, I don't fucking understand it. But my shit just blows up on Instagram.
Yeah, no, you do well, man. You know, I mean, we should talk about like the events a little bit. You know, I feel like if you have any events coming up, we might as well touch on that a little bit, what you got going on. You know, events that have passed. I mean, I was obviously in Brooklyn for the Sour Diesel Showcase. You know, it's really cool. I mean,
you get your hands on some sour before
yeah, I just look back. I look back and I feel like you were one of the first people to really like start to put these, you know, there's a lot of events that go on nowadays. And I feel like the events that are put on nowadays, I feel like the people that put them on are more about money, to be honest, than the plant. And I feel like you're one of those guys that actually, you know, started this because you had love for the plant and you still do. And that's why you do what you do. And I think it's rare to find somebody like you nowadays that's doing it for the right reasons, because I see, you know, I follow these events and I see what goes on, especially in like Michigan where I have friends, and it just blows my mind, you know, like these events seem just really about their pockets. So
yeah, I've been having a lot of these conversations about what's actually next for, you know, like events, Gene Trader event types, because the last I'm almost not 100 because nothing's ever 100, but I'm like 97% sure that we were the first cannabis event in New York. Like that, it was in 2021. Before it was the official day of legalization, May 28th to 29th. Still the pandemic times where you couldn't get like 25 people together, 6 feet apart, masks, the whole fucking deal. And on a slightly rainy day in fucking Long Island City, fucking Queens, I had a line of like 700, 800 people around down the block and around 2 fucking corners, yo. When I was, and it was like a block and a half away from a precinct, bro. Like, talk about fucking anxiety to the like, yo. I was like, holy shit, yo. Am I gonna go to jail today? Like, right? Because of too many people in the pandemic, am I gonna be seen as like a fucking super spreader? Oh my god, they're gonna write about me and it's like, yo, this is gonna be horror. Yo, it went off without a hitch. It ended up actually spreading a whole bunch of genetics out through, like, you know, New York, the whole state, the fucking New Jersey, Connecticut, down to Philly, yo. Like, it was insane. Not what I expected. That was not planned. We just planned to throw a normal event, which we were expecting maybe 150, 200, right? No. That set off a fucking wave, like a wave of just what was possible. And then after that, like, yo, we can fucking do this shit. And now there are so many events, yo. It was gonna happen anyway, regardless if I was first or somebody else was first. That was always going to happen once somebody shows what is possible. It just happened to be me. Just to be clear, people are like, "Oh, you claiming that?" Like, nah, I'm not. It just happened to be me. And
No,
again,
that's what.
it was just on the plan. It was about growing. I was like, grow your own shit. Yo, I'm
Yeah,
telling you, yo, 700 LP for seeds and clones, bro.
Yeah, that's
it was
insane.
fucking fresh. It was insane, bro.
Yeah. I mean, you know, they just had a big event in Michigan. There was not nowhere near. It just, you know, it just goes to show. First, I mean, we've come a long way for sure, but that's what I remember. You know, I remember when I first started to like, you know, uh, get in. I mean, I've always been involved one way or another since I was fucking young and grown and all that. But when I started to like look for seeds and, you know, and that obviously was right before or during, you know, in the beginning of the pandemic. I mean, everybody's sort of like, we were all stuck inside. We were all looking for something to do, and growing seemed to be like, you know, I feel like so many people really took advantage of that time, learn to grow. And I just remember Gene Traders. Like that was, you know, the Michigan. I remember hearing about the event up there. You were one of the first people that I heard about that were throwing events, you know. So
That's
mean,
wild because Michigan was already like years old before I even got up there, bro. Like, well, again, it was during the pandemic times, and
right.
nobody ever threw an event where just, you know, growers just got together, seeds, growers, breeders, fucking pollen chuckers. It didn't fucking matter. Like that was a different type of thing.
And you had good people. Like you had, you know, you had the right people. Like I'm the event I'm talking about in particular that I remember because I mean I'm in Philly. I'm not in Michigan. I've been back and forth to Michigan a bunch of times, but I just remember Third Coast, you know, Max, Chuck, whatever, is a friend of mine. So, you know, all those guys. Like I remember, you know, wanting to go to those events and being like, "That's fucking cool." Like this is, you know, this is something that I mean, there's other events, music and all that, but what you know, I feel like what you started is sort of different than that because it is purely centered around the fucking plant, you know, and good genetics. It's not centered around, you know, uh, all these other things that go on at these events now. I feel like, you know, the grassroots of it right there, like you know, Gene Trader seems more or has been to me, you know, like a grassroots community event, whereas not these, you know, crazy like let's have bands and music and that's great. But I just appreciate that you're still, you know, like the event I just went to and saw you at. I met you in New Jersey. Was the first time I met you at a fucking a hydro store.
Yeah, Green Dragon Hydro. Yeah. I wasn't
You know what I
even.
mean?
I was just like, oh, stop. Yeah.
Those things are cool, bro. That brings the community together, you know? Like the big events are cool, but the big events, like I went to Hash Bash, right? Nothing but garbage, bro. Straight up. You know, nothing like the only people that had fucking good weed, like worthy of smoking or buying, were people that I already knew, which was blew my mind because I went up there thinking it was going to be, you know, Hash Bash. I've been hearing about it for forever. And it just wasn't what it was. You go to an event of yours, and it's like you got top, you know, JJ's there. You got all the, you know, you got all the guys that are doing it, and it's a cool thing, man. It's you know, it's more grassroots. I think it's really cool what you put together, what you do. I respect it fully.
I try to cut out the shiny Mylar bag and just give you the content. That is, you know, it's, you know, it cuts down, and that's something that, you know, for people that are trying to, and there's a whole bunch of like, you know, similar events running around too, around the country, and I hear about it, and some of them hit me up and like almost like, yo, do you mind if we do this? Like, you know, this kind of like what some of them like, you know what, rock on, man. Like, you know, like I'm not gonna tell you not to do it because people are gonna fucking do it anyway, right? So I appreciate people asking. That's more like that too. Just a little bit of respect. Like, yo, do you mind? Like, you know, as long as you're not calling it Gene Traders, because that's just registered trademark under my fucking name.
That's your baby. I mean,
yo, that registered trademark shit for because the Gene Traders registered trademark is specifically under the hemp category about promoting and exhibiting genetics under 0.3 THC. That's what it actually fucking reads. Like, so I'm good And not just that too, but it also says and my participants. So whoever ends up being part of the Gene Trader event is perfectly fine to, you know, display, sell, showcase genetics anywhere in the country. That shit took me 2 years and 9 months to fucking get of paperwork and paying a lawyer to fucking do that shit. Like, it takes time. And you know, I've been doing like Gene Trader specifically for the last 8.5 years, coming up in 9 years in January. And you know, it was started out of a need. I needed genetics for my caregivers. I mean, I was a caregiver. I needed, genetics for my patients, and it was at the time very difficult. It's a lot easier now. You can hit up a breeder. They give you all kinds of fucking information, run it all down, blah blah blah. Before it was like, you know, this seed pack, mail, blank, money order to this address, and we'll send you the seeds. You know, you remember them days?
Oh, 100%, man. I mean, that's how I got started. Really, it was, you know, I really started a seed bank because I was ordering from other seed banks, and I always felt like the customer service sucked. You didn't know who they were, you know, and I really got to the point where I was like, you know what, let me do this myself. Like, I was able to do it. I made the connections, you know, out of necessity. I felt like it was out of necessity. Like, I was a seed hoarder, you know, I was a seed collector, man. Like, I would look and be like, God damn, like I can only grow so much. And then it got to the point where I'm like, you know, I just want to do it a little bit better than everybody else, these other seed banks. And I feel like, you know, now we're like 4 years later, and you know, this, like, all the stuff that I try to do to put myself out there, because I love the plant. I mean, since I was young, man, like, I used to follow the Grateful Dead. Like, I would go on tour. I would go just to find good weed, you know, to be able to find seeds. My cousin would go to Amsterdam. Like, we would order from, you know, overseas, whatever it's, I can't remember the name right now, but they're still around, you know, and get in CD cases and all kinds of weird ways to get your seeds. But, you know, we've just come a long way, man. We just have. And yeah, out of necessity, like the clone thing, you know, I think there's just not many places. I mean, I know these events do it now, but during that time, especially, it was always Gene Traders, you know, that was always, let's go to Gene Traders. That's the event. That's where you want to go. So, you know, I mean,
people were flying from California to the East Coast to come to Gene Traders because of the variety of genetics you just had in one room. And it had the same issue as we all had. I needed the variety of genetics, and I ended up getting the added bonus. And this was what comes for free. Just coming to Gene Trader is the simple conversation from one cultivator to another about maybe a sentence or two that can save you potentially one harvest or two harvests, like getting to know a cultivar or a specific problem. Like, they can save you so, and really thinking about it in time, one harvest, two harvests, that's 3 to 6 fucking months of time that somebody saved you with a sentence, 2 sentences. And that just comes with just cultivator to cultivator. And it turned out after the first Gene Traders that I was not the only one. There was a lot of people that, needed to get their hand on genetics. And then fast forward a few years and the pandemic hit, and I saw that even all the dispensaries, medical, like that, the street, everybody was running out of weed. And I was thinking about the medical patients and the caregivers, that they still needed to grow for their patients. And part of it ends up being also having, access to new genetics, but everything was shut down. So that took, Gene Traders on the road, and we hit a whole bunch of different states, and still with that, exactly what you were just talking about just provide, like, yo, this is what I see that's missing. Let me, fill that void. Like, let me not fill it, but just, it's a necessity. Just fill it in, and everything else takes care of the rest.
There's a man right there. What's up, brother? What's up? I see you, Brandon. But yeah, 100%, and hold on, let me get that off there. And you come up, now we are where we are now, and I feel like the events that you throw are, like, okay, so you saying that cultivator to cultivator, right? Like it saves people time, right? Like this is why I do what I do. Like, you know, to have people like you come on and to have like Brandon Russ come on, you know, just to help spread education and to be able to have the breeders come on. You know, like I love that these guys, like when they go to Gene Traders, they could do that with the breeders. Like I could walk up to JJ at Top Dog and be like, hey, the sour, like we're about to release, you know, something with JJ coming up here pretty soon, but we'll just, you know, the sour diesel F6. Can you give me some, you know, pointers on growing, you know, whatever. And that's why I think it's really cool to be able to have these guys come through here, people like you, people like them, and have these guys be able to ask questions like that because, you know, we could talk about like white truffle, you know, don't overfeed it. It's going to hurt. You know, all these things I've had Ross come on and talk about, you know, I'm just going to talk about Ross. You know, but it's cool for these people to be able to, you know what I mean? It's just cool for these people to be able to ask these questions. And I feel like, you know, Gene Trader is a perfect example of like basically where I've come, but you know, that was like my whole idea is to be able to bring the education and have these people be able to ask questions straight to them. Hey, Brandon, you coming to Pennsylvania? Actually? If you're coming to Pennsylvania, you got my number. Hit me up, bro.
Nice.
Because I'm in Philly. But and then you do breeding too, right? You have a whole nother brand, right? That is
GT Selects.
What is it? GT? Gene Traders. Okay, GT Selects.
Yeah, GT Selects. Yeah.
So what do you got on there?
So also just to kind of finish off the events, what I ended up actually starting to do, dealing specifically with genetics, wondering, right? Are these old school genetics still around, right? Like, is it true or is it like, did they get lost? Did they die off? Did they fucking get burned in a raid? And what the fuck happened, right? So the first event that we ended up actually kicking this off, as far as like what the journey that now I'm just like continuing on, is the first one was PIFCon. Me and Piff Coast Farm put on the first PIFCon at the Citadel. He did the second one and he did the third one on his own. Now I continued on and I started doing hunting for the skunk. I found out that wild story. And then at the same time, I started also doing the Sour Diesel Showcase, but still for a search of those old school genetics and not just the search of that, but who can cultivate it the best, because I believe that competition should be a competition between cultivators, and that ends up being about who can cultivate it the best. These single strain like competitions is about, oh, you all claim you have it, but you know, let's see who's really can do it. Because I've said before, I can give you an F1, you know, Formula One race car, but that doesn't mean you know how to drive it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. No, I love the analogy. The analogy is perfect because you nailed it, really. And how did that go? Like, okay, I'm just curious because I know that UFO had, you know, I remember the UFO was supposed to be part of the Hunt the Skunk. Like, did you guys find something that you claimed or considered worthy of calling skunk? You know, I know so many people ask about it, and this is like, and that's why you do that, and that's fucking, you know, nothing but respect, because who else does that? Give people a chance to really show what they're growing and show what they have. And that goes with the sour. Well, I was at the Sour Diesel Showcase, so I know about that. So, you know, what did you guys find with the skunk?
So I held two skunk con competitions, or not, what I didn't call skunk con, it was a skunk category for the GT South Cup. And the first year, a lot of people talk a lot of shit, but ultimately, like, no one entered, no one stepped forward, nothing at all. Like that pointed to a lot of bullshit is what was said. A lot. Let me stir that fucking pot up real quick. A lot of bullshit. All claiming. Then, you know, give it time for the second one. Same thing kind of happens with a lot of these strains. Either it's active or they got to basically like hunt through some old seeds or kind of get it just right, or might be a longer flowering time. So I try to give them a long time when it comes to actually like trying to find, you know, to go or cultivate some of these longer ones. So the crazy part is that now you end up getting attached to dealing with the cultivator stories, right? Oh, this is definitely it. Oh, this is it. This is that it. This like that too. So skunk ended up like raising fucking hell as to at it and who literally grown, like way grown men, old men, calling each other liars, talking about I'm gonna fuck you up, like just going in, yo. Like I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm just trying to like, oh, he doesn't. And yo, I've had people like curse me up and down. I had people go off on me on podcasts, like fucking like, oh, who the fuck you think you are? I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I was like, yo, either you have it or you don't. All we're asking, I was like, we don't have to validate nothing to you. I got you. I just want to like a little something. Just you have some? Can I buy some from you? Like, is it that's fucking kind of a problem? Why? So I can say, be like, oh, that's not it. Well, what I come to find out is skunk never actually tasted like skunk. It did smell like skunk. It has more of a burnt plastic type of smell when you end up actually like burning it. Except for the updated skunk number 1, which ends up being post 1982. Sam the Skunk Man ended up changing it. He cataloged that shit. Now he changed it to more floral type of smell because it was getting people fucking busted by growing it. This is pre-carbon filter days.
Yeah, like there was definitely a sweet skunk. Like, there definitely was.
Right.
But yeah, like I remember I don't remember it tasting like, like roadkill like that. Like I mean, when I was in high school, we would get, skunky weed skunk, but the skunk one was definitely like a sweeter, like a sweeter taste for sure.
Right. But it did smell like so what happened is that what everybody got really introduced for was the pre-1982 genetics American hunt. It wasn't because mind you, this is what ended up kind of going around is the American hunted one. A lot of our favorite strains might have been created overseas, but they were hunted here.
Yeah.
So, and this is why I think it's very important with every story. It should say 3 lines with the flower if it ends up being included: breeder, hunter, grower, in that specific order. As far as like if it ends up even getting down to the flower. Well, anyway, so what ended up did survive all the way up to like that because people kept my lost and just bought some more seeds. Ended up being the post 1982 floral version. Now, when I tell you, it's nothing. It's fucking wild. The best way I can describe this skunk number 1 floral version, and this is what mainly is out there running around, right? It's like the old lady perfume.
Yeah.
When like she leaves the room, it just stills in the air. You can almost taste that shit.
Yeah.
That is exactly what a fuck, yo, and you can't get rid of it. Like, bro, you just can't. You're like, what the fuck? Yo, you can smoke anything else after that. It will not fucking leave your like it's fucking crazy, yo. So people want the skunky type, and I try to tell people, nah, go for the floral type. You'll be like, holy shit, that's insane. It is the thing about the skunk genetics too is that most skunk genetics, like predominantly, they're short. They're also prone to nanners either in the beginning or the end, like heavily. It's just part of its natural genetics. So if you're hunting through skunk genetics, that's what you're generally going to find. You're going to look for that roadkill skunk, but you're more than likely going to find that floral skunk. And that's fine because it still ends up being a really amazing smoke. Because honestly, I've tasted like some people that gotten close to the roadkill skunk type, and also too we have way better shit that smells like skunk, that tastes like skunk, like that too. So we've already kind of like I know we're trying to trace down these specific genetics, but these are like little runchy little things, yo. Like they're like honestly, like they're not what people think it is. And this is what I find out from putting on some of these competitions. The sour diesel one was a whole other mess. And the relationship and the rename and changing and the high production of it fucking got nuts. The only thing with the skunk is that there is a small potential. There's always a potential of everything. I think it's 100%. That there is still a living like skunk genetics in the Smoky Mountains of like Tennessee, Kentucky, like in there. Basically, my theory is there's an old moonshiner out there with overalls, no shirt, growing weed, no cell phone, no internet, no nothing, but still got that fire, still, you know, like just grow up in the fucking Smoky Mountains. That's my
Yeah,
theory. If
yeah,
it is still alive.
they be talking about in Kentucky. Some of these guys, yeah, I got one guy that yeah, they be claiming
And
they have
so,
it.
so it's wild because I've gotten stories and people hit me up. Yo, I got it, but my uncles won't. You know, they'll kill me if I let it out. And like they're not playing. They're like, yo, they're serious about the shit. Nobody can let it out, and they're really like holding it really tight. And I don't know if that's a good idea because you gotta let it out.
I
For
mean,
the sake of, if you got
yeah,
to corner it, they'll only get that piece of genetics from you. Well, then do that shit. But it goes with like if you fuck up and everybody just for some strange reason just happens to lose that cut all at once, which does happen. It's like, yo, you still got that cut? Nah, man, she just died on me. I'm like, me too. That shit fucking happens.
yeah, people lose shit, man. Tissue culture, like at least go. You know, I know these dudes in Kentucky ain't thinking about that, but they should at least, you know, they should contemplate putting that shit in tissue culture at least and having it. You know, for the next generation, man. We lost too many genetics already. You know, I mean, I like.
That's why I think they don't let it out because I don't think it's like, and the problem that they're facing if they don't want to let it out ends up being nostalgic lying to yourself. It doesn't taste like skunk. It's not what you fucking think it is. Like it does smell like skunk. Like, oh, does I'm like, all right, well, you know, you gotta let me know. Are you sulfur heavy? You know what I mean? Like, what do you like the regimen like that? What is it? Like and this is what I and simple proof, right? You don't have to bring it to me. Bring it to somebody that's credible and let them smoke and actually say, like, you know, like a credible that they're gonna tell you the truth, not that they just know.
No, yeah, definitely, man. I tell people that about like this, you know, like the hay, you know, the old haze. I lived in South Florida in the '90s, man. That's all I worked with was like, you know, the super silver haze. And I know a lot of people claim to have it, and but I have yet to really see that again. Not like it was then. I know, you know, we're 20, 30 years, well, shit, 30 years later now, 90s, yeah, 30 years later. So, but still, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've had people send me stuff, and I'm like, it's just not. I'm just gonna be honest. It's just not it, you know.
Or maybe you fucked up with the dry cure or the growing, maybe not your best performance. It does happen. I'm not saying, you know, I'm just like, yo, this is however you finished it, this wasn't it. Right?
That's a huge part of it, you know. Drying and curing, man, like that's just a huge part of it right there. And I feel like people don't appreciate, you know, new grow, whatever. To the new growers out there, drying and curing, man, that's your most important step right there. Just know that.
Man. Simple sensors, man. Sensors, fans, dehumidifiers, keep it consistent. Well, actually, let me ask you, how do you feel about this? Like everybody's been on this, you know, including myself for a long time on that 60-60, right? How do you feel about this 60-72 that's been like kind of like, you know, like people have been like talking about it?
Bro, I've been watching. Listen, I've been watching from this fucking machine. You know what I mean? This little, you know, I'm not gonna name any names, but this little quick drying machine. You know, to what's his name, Shark Mouse, with the whole, you know, with all that. And I mean, I don't know. You know, I'm pretty much set. Like I feel like we've been doing things for a long time for a reason because they work. That's like me germinating seeds. Like I'm not gonna go. Me personally, wet paper towel. Like I'm not going to go buy a little machine and no, you know, no whatever. But I feel like a lot of this stuff that we see coming nowadays are just like, you know, to new growers, like quick money grabs. Really, there's just no reason for it. You know, that's how I see it. And I teach their own. Like I have no like issue with people that want to go buy these little devices and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, like, we've been doing it the way we've been doing it for a long time. You know why? Because it fucking works. Like I'm the if it ain't broke, you ain't got to try to fix it. So, you know,
I feel some type of way about these motherfuckers, and you hear me say some shit, but like when I start something like these motherfuckers. And I just start going in like, yo, forget it, bro. Like,
yeah,
you know, oh shit. You know, and this is something very important that, you know, I want, you know, everybody to really like understand. which Ryder dubbed the caregiver economy, right? Rather than the home grower economy, the caregiver economy because ends up dealing with like patient side and shit. Um, we spend way more on lights, on nutrients, on genetics. We pop more genetics as like as a whole group, right? On everything in between. Our spending power collectively dwarfs the legal side
Oh
by
yeah.
so fucking much. Like they think about it, you know, and I tell to people like a legal facility will buy a light every 2 to 3 years, 2 to 5. No, actually, not every like 3 to 5 years, for most like that. So they got to buy something decent to last them that long. A cultivator will probably buy a new light almost every year.
Yeah.
You start learning like that too. This shit now with the fucking diodes burning out and this and like that too. There's a whole like because you can't. It's not like changing a light bulb. You can't just pop a diode in and like put another one like that too. It's the reality of it. And if there's now the thing I could say is that they're improving because now they've added like, yo, send it back to us and you know we'll fix it and send it back to you. And send a lot of times they just send you a new one.
Yeah.
But even still, you're down the light. You'd rather
Yeah.
just bulb. You feel me?
Bro,
So
this
it's
is a
like
conversation I was just having the other day. Is like this exact conversation because you can't, you know, like that's yeah. And then you got these companies, and again, like you know, I'm always like cool with you. Hey, you charge whatever you think your shit's worth. You know what I mean? Like you do you. But
yeah.
you know, there's top shelf diodes. There's like when you're starting to get these crazy, you know, like I feel like the pricing of lights just gets it just sort of blows my mind because I mean I like nice things too, but when you're talking 1,200, 13, $1,800 for a light when the diodes are basically going to be the same as you know, it's sort of like you know it's annoying. It's sort of like
Oh yeah.
annoying, you
Oh
know. It just
yeah.
you know
100%. One hundred
like I'm
percent.
definitely
This is what pisses me off though is that now we're you know along with all our experience we're also now meshing that everything with science, actual scientific data, and looking at the plant. Like the top of the buds are getting bleached because we have passed a specific point that the lights are too bright and it's
mm-hmm.
fucking with the plant. We have like we don't need to keep going higher. We've already passed the line and we're still above it and want to go fucking. It's like yo, a lot of these new lights now, you don't even turn them up 100. You turn them up to like 70%, bro. So I was
Yeah,
like, what the fuck? Then
bro,
what's
you
with
can
the
and I feel like that's the thing too. Like that needs to be talked about because, you know, that's a whole nother conversation. But like, you know, bro, I saw High Times or fucking Ed Rosenthal post this picture of a bud, and it was fully like light bleach, and all the oh, it's beautiful. No, that shit is not beautiful. That is not what it's supposed to look like. Like, you know, education like needs to be. People need to be educated, man. They just do,
Do
because
you
you
want
know.
to hear something? You wasn't getting bleach buds with the HPSs.
Say it one more time.
You weren't getting bleach buds with the HPSs.
Oh no, definitely
If
not.
anything, it's because it was touching it would burn because it's hot,
Because
but it
it's
was not
hot.
bleaching because it was too intense.
No, I mean that's all we grew with, you know. Like I mean, I grew in Florida for a long time. It was really fucking hard because of the humidity and everything.
That's
And the heat.
crazy. Yo, have you ever grown? Oh my god, I've been like dying. This is the one type of I'm into every type of grow, right? Have you ever done like a barge in like the Everglades with like I seen a sketch of it. Like it's a barge on the Everglades that they kind of like anchor to the side and use like a little pump to kind of siphon water and like it's like basically like it's a floating bed. Like they just like and they just grow weed in that shit, yo. Have you ever heard or seen or done anything like that, yo?
No, but I could totally see that because listen, the Everglades sit on literal like if you put something and the roots can grow down into the water, you know.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, you could totally do it. Like it makes sense. You know, the idea makes sense. But I mean, it gets hot. It gets so humid. Like you know, growing in the Everglades is even different than growing like by the beach because or indoors in Florida. Growing in the Everglades, you have so fucking much. Like you have to be cultivar specific, where you know you're not
Right.
going to get bud rot. And,
Oh yeah.
like you know, and yeah. I mean, I like to see that. That'd be interesting. Like I like to see how they actually, you know, the harvest of that. Like That's crazy.
So,
But you got Indians, you got the Indians out there that been fucking, you know what I mean? Like you have the Indian reservation right in the middle of Everglades. So it wouldn't surprise me because shit, they've been there for hundreds, you know, however many fucking years, probably doing what they do. So they know how to do it, you know?
so that what it is ends up being just basically like the sketch. So I was looking into like different growing different type of methods and different type of climates, and I was doing a lot of research, reading a whole bunch of different like books and shit. And I was reading about, I got into like, how indigenous grow in these different type of climates. And one of them that I ended up actually running across was a floating barge. And this was for the cannabis side. It was a floating barge that had soil in it, and they would just use like a little pump to like kind of like water, the plants and shit, and they would just grow there. And they would just kind of like anchor it down on the so it didn't float away and shit, and they just come back, blah blah, and then just I was like, yo, that shit is fire, yo.
It is. Yeah. I see people saying there's brackish water, but there's fresh water in the Everglades too, man. The Everglades is not connected. Like you have so much rainwater you have so much rain in the Everglades, and rain will sit on top anyway. So brackish water, I mean, I'm not sure that's 100% right, whoever said that, just to be honest,
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, you could put a little filter on something. And even still, with just the amount of rain by itself, but that's something that I'm like currently like heavily interested in is what strains grow best in what environment, because in America we have so many different type of environments. Like you seen how matter of fact, who was doing it? Stone Ninja had a whole bunch of clones. He was doing like heat stress testing. It was like 117. Had them outside, and there was just some trays, and just kind of like seeing, like, all right, which one's gonna like do okay under these conditions, like, or who, and the same thing needs to happen. I'm sure it is happening in Florida with the amount of humidity, like, dealing with this shit.
Yeah, it's very it's hard to grow in Florida, man. But we did indoors. I mean, if you try to grow outdoors, there's just bud rot is just a thing, boy truth. It's just hard because it gets so fucking humid.
Even the long sativa ones that are built for that shit.
And that's what I'm saying. Cultivars, specific, but like the hazes that we grew back then were not like, like so narrow, so tropical. I mean, I'm sure you could find the right thing to grow anywhere. It's just a matter of finding it. So,
but it's been a
long time. It's been a long time since I've been down there. It's been about, since we grew down there, it had to be like the early 2000s. The first time I grew was here in Pennsylvania, really, and that was going way back to the 90s now.
So let me ask you about Creepy in Florida.
About what?
Creepy.
I mean, listen, man. I'm just gonna say it like I say it to everybody. I've had this conversation with 808. I'm like, listen, bro, like Crippy was what we called everything, bro. I'm not sure how it became like a strain, and I don't, I'm just being honest about it. Like, I mean, an OG, like a Florida OG, yeah. Triangle Kush, like something. But when you say Crippy and that becomes like the name of a strain, and no disrespect to 808, he's a friend of mine, but I just keep it real with him too because he's asked me this. I'm like, bro, I'm just telling you, like, I was on tour, like we would call Kind Bud, and then it became to a point where when I went out of Florida, we still called it Kind, but in Florida, Crippy was fucking just good fucking weed. Dank, Crippy was good, dank weed. It didn't matter what the name was because we just didn't have names. Like, yeah, we had some strains and we knew what it was. We had fucking Blueberry. That was Blueberry. Like, I still have yet to find that again. I know DJ Short.
I got a good Blueberry.
Well, I would love to see some, like the Blueberry we used to get, like, I could have my eyes closed and be like, that is the fucking Blueberry. You know what I mean?
It's Blueberry. It's not like Blueberry. It's Blueberry.
All right, that's like, what I want.
So it's a Blueberry DJ Short Blueberry with crossed with actually one of Brandon Russ's Blueberry Crazy. Damn it, I always fucking forget. But so I hunted out a pack of Ocalix that ended up from Oklahoma that gave me a pack and shit, and I popped them and fucking I found this two really amazing blueberries, but one specifically like was all right. So it's DJ Short's Blueberry F5 crossed with Blueberry Squealer from Brand Russ.
Yeah, that's what I want.
And that's what it's
like,
fucking very blueberry.
Listen, we're on the East Coast. We love gas, right? But I also love that, like that blueberry, you know, is just so fucking tasty, bro. And then we used to get this bubble gum back then too, where it was the same as like, you know, my buddy would walk in and be like, you could have your eyes closed, bro, and be like, oh, that is the bubble. You know, it smelled like fucking bubble gum. Like I just miss that. You know, there's so many hybrids, and you know, I have this, I have that, but it's like, you know, my memory just goes back to then. It's like the hazes that we used to get in South Florida, the blueberry, the bubble gum. You know, a lot of the Kushes that now have names. You know, the OG, the triangle, the fucking, you know, whatever, the white. Like I was friends. You know, I knew those guys back then, like Chrome. We had fucking just the best, you know, we just had such good weed. And then, you know, anytime that I might not have, I'd be on Dead Tour. So we would be getting the Humble, and it was never name specific. Like it was, this is the Humble, this is Dank, this is this. And that goes to the Crippy, man. The Crippy was just a blanket name for fucking Dank. You know, that's what it was. We all, hey, bro, you got some Crippy? It wasn't like, hey, you got some Gorilla Butter. It was not like that, you know. It was just, you got some Crippy, bro? Yeah, I got some Crippy. All right, cool. You know, that's how it was. So anybody who was in Florida back then, you guys know, that's what it was.
So I understand, like, so the 808, and not just, you know, because like you said, like, and the same thing in Puerto Rico. Crippy was just something that was just a name for good weed. But just like today, it comes from somewhere, right? Like for a while now, everybody was calling everything Zaza, right? Or
exactly.
Back in the day, everybody used to call everything sour, right? So, you know, or Gorilla Glue, or, you know, whatever the fuck. Or now it's Candy Gas, which is, it's actually Sherb. What they're talking about. They're talking about Sherb. If you guys don't know. And don't get me wrong, it's fucking tastes good, but I was like, that's Sherb. That's not whatever. You know, people, they're gonna call it what they're gonna call it. So the reason that, you know, Crippy is like now even within the art, within like bringing up as far as specific genetics, is because the people are claiming that it's the precursor to OG Kush. That's why. So, listen to me, okay? So listen to right. Listen. So this is what I'm talking about. This is between the skunk, the sour, the pip. Like, if you go to the new one, they're like, yo, what the stories come out. So I'm just okay. So hear me out.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you know, it's just wild, bro. It's just.
Listen. These stories don't come from nowhere, right? So my job, I'm just trying to hunt down who has those genetics and who can grow it the best. With that, I'm actually putting another competition called Kicks and Kush in LA in January 2025. It's going to be a Kush competition and a sneaker showcase, because, you know, I like sneakers like that. So I think it's going to be a dope time in January in LA. We're going to have a fucking dope time and shit. And it's just about to see who has more of that original OG Kush and who can grow it the best, right? And then, of course, we'll have same thing like the showcase. We'll have the cross category as well, right? Which is, it's going to be a fucking dope time. So there's 3 places that are claiming the origin of OG Kush, or what got renamed into OG Kush, and it's NorCal, right? Florida and Hawaii.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so these are the 3
too,
places. Yeah, these are the stories that are claiming like that too. And I'm like, why the fuck these specific places? It took me a while too. And what dawned on me, that one of the ways genetics ends up actually getting around the US and the world is surfers.
100%. I mean, that is, right. You know, that is definitely real. That's fucking like, I mean, when I first moved to Florida, and I'm not going to go back to the date, but that's how I met a lot of the people I met, because I made some really good friends that were surfers. I started to surf. This is going way back 30, 20, 30 years now. And that's where, you know, these guys did travel. These guys were going to Hawaii or Costa Rica, you know, wherever they were going to surf, and they were bringing back weed from everywhere they went to. So I feel like that is lost somewhere. You know, a lot of these genetics, like we think Amsterdam a lot, and sure enough, you know, a lot of it came from Amsterdam or through Amsterdam, especially way back then. But the surfers really fucking spread it around, you know, and they were going to places that weren't amps. They were going to places where they were finding land races, or they were finding the locals that had the weed and getting seeds. And, you know, a lot of the genetics that we have today were definitely spread around by the surfers. So, you know, when I talk to 808, for instance, like, and have that conversation with him, his dad was you know, I get it. Like, yeah, but I do have an issue a little bit with the whole Crippy came before OG, or whatever that was, Crippy, OG, you know, whatever that was. I have an issue with that because I was in Florida in the 90s. Like, I just was. And, you know, and then we can go to the Triangle Kush. And I think people lose sight of what Triangle Kush means. And the triangle is fucking Miami to Orlando to fucking Jacksonville. That's the triangle right there. That's why it's called Triangle Kush, Florida. You know, just saying.
So I'm traveling to find these old school genetics, right? I'm getting all these stories from, and you know, people are like, oh, they're gone. Like that. Yo, these people that were originally dealing with it are still alive and well, and usually still grow. Some might have done some bids. It happens, you know. They did it in some Wild West times. They're still alive, and they still have some of these genetics, and or these stories to connect you to, at least lead you to these other individuals. When I tell you that it's just it's fun. It's fun, but sometimes like people get incredibly upset about like, and then they'll fuck you. You don't got it. Your dad ain't that. Is that my dad did it? You try to call my daddy a liar?
Yeah, I know. I hear it. Trust me, I hear it all. I hear it. You know, I'm just like
no. I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you come and ask me a question, and I tell you, and then you get upset because you don't like the answer, hey man, it is what it is, bro. I'm just being honest with you, you know, like I'm just gonna keep it real, and I don't know. That's all I could tell you, you know, like, so yeah. It's a trip, man. It's a trip. It just is. The stories, you know, people make up stories. I mean, renaming shit is just fucked up, like all that, you know.
Oh man. When you know, and I don't mind the renames. I just want to know what it was renamed from. That's it.
Yeah, I want to know at least tell me the right lineage, bro. Call it whatever you want. I don't care. I mean, I personally don't even care.
That was the problem with, you mentioned earlier. That was the problem with fucking white truffle.
Right. Oh yeah.
Gorilla butter. You feel me? Like it's like it happened back then. It's happening today. Like the fuck, like, you know, so it's tougher. And this is what I found out. Motherfuckers hold grudges, yo. Holy shit.
Oh, these do they ever, bro?
The 70, they're like, yo, I'll fight you right now. Where's he at? Yo, people like, yo, I will buy. Tell me that dude's gonna be there. I'm gonna buy to Gene Trader event, yo. I'm buying the ticket right now. Tell me he's gonna be in the building. Yo, I'm gonna fuck him up. I'm like, bro, what? Like, seriously, yo, I gotta talk these motherfuckers down. I'm like, yo, this shit is.
I get it, it's wild, bro. It is, man. It's wild. Damn. So we have like 6 minutes left. It looks like somehow I'm gonna have to, you know. I feel like everybody have come on here, bro. An hour is just goes by way too fast, you know. Like we'll have to do this. We'll have to do this more often. Actually, I feel like, you know, I feel like we can do this more often, man. Whether it's on Instagram or whatever it is, you know, we could do this way more often. Have Brandon, you know, have Vinhouse. I know he's done some things with you. We should do it like I don't know. We'll talk about it because I feel like you have a lot of education. You have a lot of knowledge, and you know that's what it's all about. And I love to be able to spread the knowledge. And an hour is just not long enough, man. I could sit here probably for another 2 hours with just you. But
appreciate it. I like the questions. Like, yo, let's bring on. I love the questions, man. Like, yo, bring on. It was like, oh, you know, and I do a lot of reading. Honestly, like I spend a lot of time going through a lot of boring ass shit, like to get the information. Like, there's something I do want to leave on. I wanted to be mentioning it up. Ends up being, if you the FBI statistics that they released on June 10th, 24, where they're correlating any state that goes legal, violent crimes goes down. Like overall, I'll read the quick like numbers. Overall, 15%. Murder goes down 26%. Reported rapes 25%. Aggravated assault 12%. Robbery 17%. Burglary 16%. Property crimes 15%. Car theft 17%. And that quick very easy correlation that the FBI, I can't believe honestly they fucking released those numbers, like at all. And it's still very little. Like you don't hear about it anywhere. Legal weed equals less violent crime.
Yeah, and bro, I live in Philly, and it's like, it's just, the opioid epidemic. We can go there. Like, I'm so glad that they started to at least offer medical cards for like in this state. I mean, they did decriminalize cannabis, in the city of Philadelphia, but that's just the city of Philadelphia. Like, I live where if I go a mile that way, I'm in another county. I purposely made sure I lived in the very outskirts of the city of Philadelphia because of what I do. But if I go a mile that way, I would never be able to sit here and feel comfortable with what I do because,
listen,
like
this 4th of July weekend, 4th of July like that. I spent it in DC, which was wild. And then I ended up driving back, and I stopped in Philly to pick up some plants. I met my boy at this Home Depot, East Philly Home Depot. That there's always a cop car up front.
Always. He must go this one right over here. I'm just saying, it's like, it's man. Crazy. It's insane, bro. Like, I feel like, I hear people say, yeah, my city's, bro, like, you could literally go down to Kensington and see people just like, it's like, it shouldn't be this way. But that leads to the whole, like, the cannabis does help, man. And it's a direct, there is a direct correlation to all those like statistics because, there are people that are taking advantage of it and going getting medical cards. I mean, there's no rec here, so they do have to pay for it. And that shouldn't even be a thing. Then there's the whole, we go rec program fucks it up anyway. I personally like the black market. Like, I'm cool with just dispensaries or medical dispensaries here because I see what happens in other states and it becomes a race to the bottom once that seems to happen. So I'm pretty happy with the black market here, but still, like, when it comes to medicine and being able to help people, it's at least a start. And I feel like those numbers really do tell a lot.
That PA got me a little. Well, I was driving back from Detroit and I got pulled over in Western Pennsylvania. Got popped. Fucking sucked, bro. But I think that once like Pennsylvania gets into it, I hope that they're gonna end up doing it some like exclusive shit, like only a few can end up doing it and getting it, and make it difficult. Well, like that too, and the black market will thrive. You know what I'm saying? I tell people to grow your own. There's nothing better than grow your own. Grow your own weed, grow your own vegetables, grow your own herb, grow your own medicine. Know what the fuck you're eating. My porch, it's filled with like vegetable pots. Like. Everything, like everything. I'm looking at it. I know exactly what's going into it. I haven't sprayed shit on any of it. Bro. Like, do that. That's what I tell people to do.
That's what's up. I mean, that's what more people need to do, I mean, for real. Y'all better learn how to grow your food because you never know what's coming, man. Look at the price of the damn supermarket, man. I'm just saying all that. We already know what's going on in this country right now when it comes to gas prices, food, and supermarket prices. Everything is just so much more expensive. Start to grow your own, not just your cannabis, but fucking your fruits, your vegetables, your fruits and vegetables for sure.
Yeah, definitely heirloom seeds too, because the people don't know when it comes to like the heirloom tomatoes versus hybrid tomatoes. The hybrid tomatoes end up lasting about 3 weeks long. And it looks still pretty fresh, but the heirlooms start rotting away after like a good week and a half because they're organic. And the give and take on all that, it comes with genetically modified, is that The nutritional value on the hybrid that is longer shelf life is it went down by half, by more than half actually. So yeah, the heirloom that looks a little kind of rot spot here like that too is going to be way more nutritional for you than those hybrid tomatoes that look all like pretty and fresh and shit. That's just anybody can Google, DuckDuckGo, fucking facts. Also, use VPN. Use the fuck out of VPNs. It'll change your algorithm. You start seeing news that you just never saw before. Fucking move it to a country that doesn't have strict data laws. They're very privacy. Like that to Sweden, Norway. You can click and your IP address is out there, and your algorithm changes. And when you search stuff, other shit comes up. That also goes with flights too. If you guys didn't know, buying tickets to go to Japan, if you buy it from Japan, is cheaper than buying it from fucking United States. Simple VPNs, yo, fucking, and you can buy your own dedicated VPN too. They just started your own, they're completely different from what you already end up being signed with your phone. So, yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I see Romulan trying to come in, but oh wait, he disappeared. I saw him trying to come in for a second. Let me see. Maybe his device is not hooked up. I saw him at the bottom for a second there. He's supposed to come in now. I guess we can. I don't know if you wanted to do anything giveaway wise. I do. Oh no, I don't even have the wheel made up right now. I could probably.
I can give one away. Let's do what. I'll give you one away right now.
Right,
so my seeds. I didn't get to talk about seeds, but I get excited about just talking about different type of information. So I forget about to like do the. Let me sell some t-shirts. So I got 20 regs.
All right,
this is Lilu, which is great for blueberry diesel.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to see you for 1 second because I'm trying to get the wheel together. So,
all right,
give me 1 sec. How can I do this? All right. Are you on your phone? Or are you on the laptop? I think you can come in either way. It's just saying you need to hook. You might want to just try on the phone. Are you trying on the laptop? It's saying your mic and your video camera are not connected, is what it says. So you should be able to just come on the phone.
It's gotta allow.
Oh, you should be able to just copy that right into your bar. If you just copy that and paste it into your bar, it should just bring you there. Are you on your phone?
No, I'm on my computer.
Oh.
So what it is too is that it doesn't like DuckDuckGo on the phone. You got to copy it and put it in Chrome or Safari. One or the other, but it doesn't like DuckDuckGo.
I think you might need to put it into the Safari. Can you do it from the laptop? Do you have a video camera on the laptop? It's not we're through StreamYard is what it is. We're not just on Instagram. So that link should have brought you. I saw you come into the back end for a second, but it said your video camera and your mic were not hooked up. Hold on. Sorry, man.
You want me to jump off to make it easier?
I don't think it makes a difference, really. I mean, I can't see the screen right now, but we should see him pop up on the bottom when he comes in.
Oh man, you know what? Dealing with posts like sometimes upsets me, yo. Is that I might put out some real crucial piece of information, and it doesn't get like the views it should as far as getting the word out, and then I put out something like not as important, and the shit blows up.
Hold on. I mean, I could end it on here, and we could just do it on YouTube, on Instagram if you want. I think you're able to come on your phone though. Just you can't unclick the camera and unclick the unmute. That's not working. Sorry, man. Sorry, guys.
No, we're better. You live on IG too?
It just ended. I have to restart it on IG. Yeah, we were on IG the whole time.
Oh, you're limited on that hour?
Yeah, yeah, man, it's crazy.
Yep. They gave me the 3 hours back.
Yeah, I wish they gave it back to me, man.
They blocked me for like good 2 months, man. That shit was crazy. Always leading up to an event too. It's like they fucking know almost. And even still, my live is limited. Can you share like pictures and like videos with your live? I can't.
I think so.
I can't do that shit, bro.
I think we might have to go over to. Damn, we might have to just go over to Instagram because he's not able to get on for some reason.
Well, my slide was 8 to 9, man. Figure it out. You gotta, take care of this guest. I don't mind jumping off and figure this out, bro. I appreciate you having me on. I definitely want to come back on and just, have these dope conversations, man.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. Sorry, I wasn't able to see the screen for a second there. I think I'm just gonna tell him we'll reset. Yeah, I guess we'll just have to go over to Instagram, guys. So, oh wait, Sin City's in here. Oh, Sin City, I think you got the time mixed up, man.
Did I?
I think you got the time mixed up with Romulan.
But, my bad. You were talking West Coast time.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna tell him that we'll end. You and I are gonna go till we'll go to 10 o'clock, and then I'll go to Instagram for Romulan. Let me just tell him that. Hold on.
Yeah, and I can do an hour later if you want to just swing back with me later. I can jump.
No, you're already on here. You ain't going nowhere, dude. Hold on.
Okay. Let me see if I can fix my camera here.
All right, brother. I appreciate you coming on. We will definitely do this again sometime very soon.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Thanks, brother. Thanks, man.
All right, man. Peace, guys.
All right. Peace
Later,
out.
Brother.
All right. Okay. So times are a little bit switched up, but we still good. We good.
Yeah, my fault, man. Seems like I'm always doing that, right?
No, bro, it actually worked out because he for some reason was having an issue coming in. So this way we can go straight through with you. And then, at around 10 o'clock, 10:15, I'll switch over.
Sweet.
And we'll go to Instagram only. All right, wait. Let me get
if you want to, are you live on Instagram? I can log in on mine and share it. So
I'm going to get us back on Instagram right now. So give me 1 sec. I just got to pull the thing up because I only have hour live. So let me pull this up. It'll only take a second.
Get my Instagram cam ready.
And I'll tell you, we'll be back on Instagram in a second. Bam, bam. So the only thing that's annoying about this is it does become a little bit the back and forth is annoying. I don't know. Well, Instagram only gives me hour lives, so
right.
Sort of dumb, really. All right, hold on.
No worries, brother.
A second here. All right.
I would ask you if you had a good time at the concert, but fuck, I know you did.
I definitely did, man. I wanted to see you, bro. I know it was like, I think it was Saturday night. I'm like, damn. First of all, that sounded damn good what you were cooking.
Yeah.
I'm like,
well, we still got it to show off on the live, so.
All right, so we're back. We should be on Instagram now as well. So
okay,
we are.
Page? Oh, there you are.
Yep, we're on Instagram. We're on Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube.
So yeah, link me in here, but don't share the video, right?
You can do well. I don't think you see what they're seeing. You know, you could share it. You could share it on there. We could always make sure. You know, like I said, the comments I see on here, I could look down at the phone and we could try to respond to both. You see what they're saying. You know.
Okay.
I mean,
Cool.
I think this is just off Facebook right here. That's a lot of people that are just on Facebook. But there's like 3 or 4 other platforms. There's probably way more people watching that than the number that we see says.
Yeah, right on Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, if you were able to punch me into your Instagram feed, it would at least share it onto my feed, and then we could get people from my my followers over here too.
Do you want to just? How do I do that?
I just joined the live on Instagram, so if you should, which one says like request to join, right?
Oh, you mean to let you in?
To let me in on it, yeah.
That's it. I can't because I'm watching it the same way you're watching it is the problem.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right. Okay, no worries. We're good.
Yeah. That's
No worries, brother.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's yeah. I wish there was a way to do it. Instagram does make it a little bit weird, but
I know,
like
it's
I
a pain
said,
in the butt, right? They're getting better for creators, I feel like, but it's still a bit challenging to sync everything.
and then we'll have a bunch of people that will be on the Instagram. I guarantee those numbers build up, and I try to get them to come to the YouTube just because you could see the side of the screen, right? You could see the comments there.
Yeah,
we could see, you know, we could see comments from YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. We could see all those comments, but we won't be able to see the comments from Instagram. So I try to let people know to come over here.
Oh yeah. Cool. Yeah, I'll try to answer any questions I see in the comments, guys. Feel free.
Yeah, let's get on to it. All right, so, and I can put questions up like this, which is cool. So I'll try to, you know, when you see it on YouTube, once it's up there, obviously the screen is way bigger, so it'll look a lot different than that looks right there.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. So first of all, let's talk a little bit about. So okay, for anybody that doesn't know, obviously this is Sin City Seeds. We just did a new drop with them, and we could talk about the new drop, and we could talk about anything that you guys have questions for. We really wanted to do this pre-drop, but you know, I ran into some issues with the flight and the rental car. Well, the rental car really, so we weren't able to do it together in person. We tried.
Busy week, fucking hot as fuck out too. It seemed like that was the hottest week of the year.
Fuck, man. Yeah.
I hear the Spheres got good AC at least.
Bro, there's people there was people in there that they're like, you want to wear jeans, you want to be. I'm like, I'm pretty good, like cold, hot. I'm not too, my temperature is fine. But there was definitely people in there that were cold, and yeah, they got the AC kicks in there, bro. It definitely kicks in there.
Fuck yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I still got to get in there.
Oh, you're right. You got to go.
Yeah. They extended the dates, right? Wasn't it supposed to be the last show or whatever? But now there's a few more in August.
Yeah, August 1st, 2nd, whatever. The last one is the 9th. There's 2 weekends left: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, leading up to the 9th. So whatever those dates are,
right?
Yeah, you got to go, man.
And you saw the same visual every night, or was it the same thing?
No, they changed. No, I mean there were some of the same ones with different songs.
Okay, just kind of mixed up the set list.
Yeah, they always mix up the set list. So totally different shows. They didn't play the same. You won't see the same song one time. But the visuals, like, I think they might have been different. Well, there was a couple different ones for sure. There was a couple. It
goes to the music a little bit more than their normal Dead stuff, right?
Yeah, it was fucking bro, so cool. Like, I've been to a lot of places, and at this point, that has definitely made it the number one venue to go see for sure. Like, I've been to Red Rocks and the Gorge and Shoreline, because I followed all these other places. That place right there is just special. You're lucky to have that right in your backyard or close to where you are,
Yeah, hopefully it does well enough to stay open. I know they were getting killed initially. If all the power bill in that place is crazy.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Yeah.
All right, I got some of the nightmare strains. I'm still eager to run. All right, if you guys have any questions, Now is your time, man. Now is your time. You guys ask whatever you want. Like I said, we could talk a little bit about the new drop.
Yeah. Blue Lime Pie. Super stoked to bring this one back out. This was one of our most popular releases of all time. It just had been out of stock for a decade. So I finally got the mother plant, the key lime pie clone, back a few years ago. We've been working with it ever since. So this is the first release of a few projects we're doing right now with the key lime pie. But yeah, really, really stoked to get this back into people's hands. Like I said, super popular strain for us. I feel like this was the Skittles before the Skittles, right? The Skittles kind of came onto the scene, made a huge splash in the concentrate market, and kind of just blew people's minds. But before there was the Z, the key lime pie was that clone. I feel like it never really got the shine that it deserved. A lot of people, including myself, that had it, held it really, really tightly. So I don't think it got widespread distributed like some of those more popular cuts. But man, true key lime pie flavor, the limey, the creaminess, has cushy notes. It's just downright amazing. And then cross to the Blue Power, it's just an absolute classic in our lineup. So stoked to bring it back. First time available in both fems and regs for everybody. So whether you like regular seeds or feminized seeds, we got you covered on this drop. I know a lot of times it's either one way or another. So it's really cool to have it available in both offerings.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
And I had a big old jar. Yeah, I still got, this is the Blue Lime Pie rosin that I squished for us.
Damn, man, I didn't even get to taste that, bro. Now I'm definitely upset.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I got Blue Lime, I got Riptide, and I got Power Move. So I had the 3 newest drops for us to try. But we'll have to put a rain check on those. I'll save you some. I'll try to at least.
I'm still trying to come back out there for these shows again. I had so much fun out there, man. I really.
Now, did you come solo or did you bring the lady with you?
I actually came out with my brother for this one.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. She was supposed to come out on the Saturday, but the kids, yeah, it sucked, man. She wasn't able to come. She really tried. I had a ticket for her and everything. She was supposed to be there, but the kids. So yeah.
Yeah. Yep. That's been my whole thing. They said I can bring my baby girl with me to the show, but she's a little young for for the day.
Earphones, headphones, you know.
Yeah, just like screen time too. We're trying to keep her away from too much screens and being in there. There's no hiding it. She'd probably just sleep through it. But what makes Blue Power a good breeding tool? Everything it hits. So yeah, as you guys may have noticed, Blue Power has been a staple in our lineup since the inception of Sin City Seeds. We really feel like it adds just that little extra oomph, a little more potency, a little more increased flavor, helps with resin structure of some strains, but it really is like the salt or like MSG, the flavor enhancer to any hybrid it touches. So most of the crosses that we make, we be sure to use Blue Power in one shape or fashion. That's why you'll see we've done over 30 Blue Power crosses at this point. And we're not going to stop anytime soon. It's that good, and it makes everything a really good hybrid. Kind of doesn't overwhelm across too much. A lot of strains can be extremely dominant one way or another, like citrus strains or like a Bubba Kush or something. Blue Power lets the mother shine and just kind of amplifies everything. So yeah, that's why we love it. We do offer some one-to-one CBD and THC strains. I had a whole CBD line that we released in 2015. Everything from a few one-to-ones to CBD dominant strains and some with 0 detected THC. We use the ACDC for our seed line. I reversed the ACDC, crossed it to Harlequin, Canatonic, crossed it to Blue Power, crossed it to a bunch of strains. But that line, we removed it from our wholesale menu. Germination just was starting to get pretty poor on the line, so we kind of pulled it, but we definitely want to bring it back. We're seeing a higher demand for CBD, different profiles, different ratios. So definitely want to bring those back. For a while there with the hemp movement and everything, CBD just wasn't in high demand. So we've kind of moved to the back burner a bit, but I definitely want to get back into playing with some of these more unique cannabinoids rather than just THC.
Yeah, there's definitely been, I have a lot of people ask me recently about CBD strains and
Yeah, Blue Power has a decent amount of CBG. That's what kind of lends to its really nice kind of CBG. I kind of call it like CB giggles. Like any strain that I find that's really high in CBG just produces a nice euphoric, like happy, mood elevating effect. And Blue Power has that in addition to its indica potency. So it's gives you like all the potency you want, plus it leaves you with like just a happy overall feeling, something you want to go to a Dead show or something and go out and do something rather than just being stuck on the couch or eating buffet the whole time you're in Vegas, right? You don't want to be stuck in the buffet.
Oh yeah. So what's in the works? Is there anything in the works right now? You have anything that you plan on?
We got a ton of stuff. Ton of stuff was planned for this year. It's almost been hard getting everything released. I don't like to put out too much too soon. I know it's tough for seed banks to work through, 15 strain releases and whatnot. So we've been being very patient this year, dropping just one strain at a time. But next we're going to release, like I said, the key lime pie. We're doing a whole feminized line of it. So key lime pie S1, key lime pie back cross, and about 10 new key lime pie hybrids will make it to market. So really big, probably our biggest drop of the year. Super stoked on that. Just about to start releasing some of the promo materials and photos and everything for that. But Blue Lime Pie was kind of just a segue into that larger key lime pie drop. So full feminized released, key lime pie crossed to a lot of my personal favorites from the most recent drops that I've hunted, plus a few elite clones like Skittles, Triangle Kush, RS11, a few of those other clones made it in there as well. But yeah, this one's going to be predominantly our strains crossed to the key lime pie. So pretty good. Do you have any more key lime pie or Blue Power in seeds anymore? Yes, we do. There's very few Blue Power IX2s left available. I don't know if you have any, Dark.
I might, man. It's very possible. I have to take a look. If I do, it's very possible they're not even on the site and my inventory's off. I would say reach out to me personally, send me a DM, and I'll take a look. I feel like there might be a pack or two left, to be honest. So, whether it was an order that didn't get paid for, or whatever the case may have been, probably want to reach out to me.
Cool, yeah. And then we also are bringing her back in feminized seeds as well. So we're going to do the Blue Power IX2 and Fems this year after the key lime pie. And we're also going to be releasing half packs. So.
Oh. Wait, you're frozen. Can you hear me? I think you lost. Wait, we might have lost him for a second, guys. Oh, there he is. He's back. He's back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you were frozen for a second. Okay, you were right in the middle of saying we're the half packs. That's where it
so
right at the half packs.
We've been trying to work on a lower price point seed pack. It's been highly requested from a lot of our online vendors as well as some of the retail store locations. So we're gonna finally release the half packs of most of our popular strains, and all of our new releases will be available both in full packs and half packs. So we're excited about that. Got some cool new packaging for those. So those will be debuted during the key lime pie drop, and then we'll have half packs of some of our more recent stuff like Doomberries and Blue Lime Pie half packs and Riptide half packs. So
what are the half packs going to be? Are they going to be, what are the feminized packs going to be size-wise?
So there'll be 3 seeds per pack. Our regular packs are 7 seeds. So the half packs will be 3 seeds. And then the half packs of regulars will be 7 seeds. So still a good amount of seeds. But this way people can mix and match multiple strains and still have, a lower checkout price once everything's said and done. So excited about that. Like I said, those will debut with the key lime pie launch. And then we have a whole new box set that we're debuting with the key lime pie as well. So yeah, super stoked on that. Yeah, the key lime pie has some lemon lime terps in it for sure, Dr. Terps. This is kind of right up your alley with that citrus lime.
Yeah, key lime, baby. That's a Key West. That's a Florida thing, just so y'all know.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely want to bring those Florida vibes with this project. Trying to do some cool things. We got a really cool box set design, so I think people are going to be really stoked on the artwork, and all the crosses are fucking phenomenal. I'm harvesting all that soon, so I'll have smoke reports and hash reports and all of that for everybody to go along with the drop. So yeah, full photos of all the strains, and it's going to be a good one. Super stoked on it. Couldn't be happier with the results. Orange Mojito. That's one strain that we're going to bring back in half packs. So I just found a decent amount of stock of it. So those will be coming back in regular seed half packs. So be on the lookout for the Orange Mojito available again soon. Yeah, great strain.
3.5 seeds, man. Oh, you froze again. There you go.
So half packs will be essentially just over half of the traditional retail. So they're going to be a little bit more than half price. We still want to incentivize people to get our full packs. So half packs, our normal packs retail for 100. Half packs will probably be $60. 3.5 seeds. Can't do 3.5 seeds.
I know. I didn't put that up, dude. I'm looking at it like, nah, we'll leave that there.
But yeah, full satisfaction guarantee on all of our packs, including the half pack. So God forbid you have issues from germination to whatever. What's up, in-house?
What up, brother? What's up?
But yeah.
So how does the the new drop, how does it wash? I mean, I'm assuming pretty well.
Blue Lime Pie, she just did 4% on the pheno that I didn't select for hash. So yeah, this pheno that we washed, fresh frozen material is about 9 months old, so nothing too new or too crazy. And yeah, she did 4%. So there's definitely some washing phenos to be found for sure. Great for solvent hash too. Any of you BHO guys still left around out there, she does extremely well for solvent and solventless. So Fems and regs mix packs.
That would be just a reg pack, man.
Yep, exactly. With the regular seeds, you end up with females and regulars, so you never know what you're going to get.
There you go. So that's already a thing, man. Just buy a regular pack, pack of regs, and you pretty much get that.
Which does good outdoors? All of our strains do really good outdoors. We don't have anything that I would say is particularly, pest susceptible or mold susceptible. Everything we breed, we try to make it to do well in both indoor and outdoor settings. Obviously, some of our larger plants that would grow higher yields outdoor are like White Nightmare or Raspberries lines. Those strains will grow really tall and produce tons and tons of weight. Blue Power stuff's going to stay a little bit shorter outdoors. So if you're looking for something that's not going to grow over your fence, those are the good ones. I would stay away from the White Nightmare and Raspberries line. There you go. Yeah. Pro Bong Deep Pockets is a Blue Power cross. So yeah, they get almost as wide as they do tall. Just a straight bush. Loves the sun. Nice, man. Hell yeah, brother. We appreciate the support. Share those photos on Discord.
Yeah. I feel like that's a big thing, man. I know you guys love to see it. I talk with Ross about this all the time. You guys should go into the Sin City Discord. I mean, you do poker night and shit too, right? I gotta check that out, man.
Yeah, man. We're trying to do some cool things over there. Tons of giveaways. Yeah, trying to foster a really good community and not just a bunch of trolls. And there's plenty of trolls on other social media platforms. So we're trying to keep the trolls at bay and just have a good community of like-minded folks who love seeds and like to play some games here and now. From poker, we do some cool putt stuff, trying to find different online games just to bring the community together and shoot the shit, kind of get some banter going, some friendly kind of competitive banter and whatnot. So it's fun. We've done some cool stuff. We actually just gave away a bunch of rigs and a bunch of seeds for 710. I actually won second place in the poker tournament, much to most people's dismay.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah, I got second. We had 111 registered players, and I took second place. So ended up giving my packs away, but the trophy was a rig that says second place. I broke it in, but I'm going to give it away on the next poker as like a bounty. So anyone who knocks me out will get that rig next round. So yeah, be sure to check out the Discord channel. A lot of cool things going on, and I'm over there myself too. It's not just a bunch of moderators and bunch of people who know nothing about the strains. It's me, myself, and I running the thing, and I try to answer everybody's questions and do a great job with customer service and just trying to give back to the community.
Hold on, I'm trying to pull this list up. I can't see you guys right now because I have something made up. I wanted to do some giveaways sometime tonight as well. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Power Nap, hell yeah. Power Nap's one of my favorites. That's a cross of my my favorite indica and my favorite sativa together. So awesome strain, epic hash strain, does huge numbers of ultra fire hash. Really, really good strain.
All right, hold on. Here we go. Fountain of Information, Power Nap.
Papaya Power, another classic. Papaya's Power is one of the strains that made it into the key lime pie run. So that's going to be a new strain we're calling Papaya and Lime. Fucking phenomenal. So good. Yeah, just like one of those strains you don't know what the fuck to keep. Everything is just like mind-blowing, like kind of just like the new frontier of terpenes and some of these exotic kind of tropical, profiles. So we're seeing some stuff that I've never before experienced, and it's downright fucking amazing. So yeah, couldn't be more stoked to get these plants harvested and start to smoke them. I'm absolutely just, like I said, mind blown by some of these combinations. It's crazy.
That's what
This
we
is
need
the first
more.
time we've ever used an elite clone to do a whole cross. Typically, when I do crosses, it's like my own gear cross to maybe some elites mixed with other stuff that I bred. But this line, the key lime pie, is a strain that I did not create. So with doing something like that, I wanted to ensure that most of the line was indeed females of my crosses, not just random strain cross to random strain that anyone can make. So these are key lime pie hybrids, but still crossed to my own personal breeders cuts and a lot of really unique stuff. So
you doing anything with the cinnamon cookies? Is that going to be part of it as well?
Yep,
or?
cinnamon cookies times key lime pie. That's a cross that we did it like over a decade ago. It was done and never got tested. It never got released. So it's finally made in enough stock to get out to the public. So yeah, that was one that was, I think another breeder actually named that one key lime mints. It's a cross that myself and other people have done. Very, 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 those two plants were just made to go together. Endangered cookies. Yeah, that's a collaboration we did with Mr. Spliff of Cannabis.
Mm-hmm.
So his cacao cookies crossed to our cinnamon cookies. Just an absolute gnarly cookie plant. Super black leaves, deep, rich, dark chocolate flavors. Awesome.
I have a
strain.
couple packs of those still. Actually,
Yeah, if you like cookies, that one's something special for sure. Mr. Spliff definitely doesn't get enough credit for his work, and his cacao cookies was one of the most gnarly cookie plants I've ever grown. OGKB and all these mutated different cookie cuts can be really good, but his had all those qualities of the mutated wrinkle leaf, little midgets that you would see, but grew like a beast and threw down at yields. And so super stoked on that cross. We should have done additional work with that one because it's so good. I know a lot of people have some really good cuts of that one going around. So if you got them, pop them, Eddie. That's a good one.
Yeah, I have a couple packs of those still, probably like 5 or 6 packs. He had sent me a bunch way in the beginning when we first started to work together.
Yeah.
And, I think I still have them. So,
Yep.
all right.
Yeah, he's got some good stuff. I know some of his newer stuff is really, really good too.
All right.
I'm still hoping to get the Bulletproof collab out at some point. That's one that obviously with just me kind of pushing forward on it, it's been a kind of bit of a struggle to get everything finished, but I do want to get that out, if not by the end of the year, first of the year for sure. There's some awesome crosses.
What is the cross on it? Or is there a
So
few?
it was a whole line. I sent him my blueberry tarts, which is Skittles crossed to Blue Power, and he crossed it to 4 of his best strains. So they've already been tested. We already got photos. We let a cultivation out in Oklahoma City test it for us. And yeah, they were blown away by some of the phenos that they found. And yeah, we were just about to move to like packaging and design stage. And unfortunately he passed. So rest in peace, Bulletproof, but we're still going to move forward with that project. And I'm going to donate 50% of all proceeds to his family. And so we're stoked to continue his legacy and get those seeds into the people's hands because they're some awesome crosses. So be on the lookout for those as well.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that, until that happens, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a lot. He was a good guy, man. He was a really good human being. So
yeah, super cool dude. He did all like most of the work himself. He did the breeding on that one himself. So big ups to him for all his hard work. And yeah, we're excited to continue on his legacy, at least the best that I can.
All right. Got that done. Sorry.
I haven't heard anything about a breeder's ball this year. Are they doing another one?
I mean, I don't know yet. I'm not positive. I mean, I thought there was going to be a second one,
Right.
But we'll see. I mean, I would love to go back, man. I thought it was a great little event. I thought it was a great event,
Yeah, me too.
Sort of what I was talking to Gene Traders about when he was in before you, the grassroots events where they're just, really focused on the plant. And I feel like that was that, it was one of the first events I went to in Michigan, and I've gone to some since then. And that was definitely, he did it right. It was a good time. A lot of good people there. I hope he does it again.
For sure.
But you guys have any questions, man, feel free to ask. This is your chance. Put them in the comments. I'll take a look on Instagram as well. I'll take a look there. But you guys ask away any questions that you guys have. We sort of talk about the new drop a little bit. How about collabs? I know you've done a couple recently. The Power Moves was one. Is there any more collabs in the works?
So yeah, we got the Bulletproof one. Plus I got our Night Owl collab. So our first auto flower release is finally in the works. We've been working on this project for what seems like the better part of 3-4 years. Autos are no easy feat to make true autos. It takes 4 generations. So with all the other things and testing, it's a serious undertaking. It's no shit. I see why people don't necessarily work with autos. It's very difficult to breed. I had some failures along the way. I'm not too proud to admit it, but just not used to working with these little short girls. So it was an extremely eye-opening and just great learning experience for me. So we're stoked to get that out. We got some really cool collaborative kind of artwork coming with it. Night Owl always does some cool stuff with the little owl dude. So be on the lookout for some really cool. Maybe we'll do a merch drop or something with that one. But yeah, hope to get that out by the end of the year. It's essentially a working of Blue Power in auto form. So.
And so you guys are doing the work together, or
yeah, he did 2 generations. I did 2 generations. So yeah, he did the F1s. I did F2 and 3, and he's doing the F4s. So yeah, super stoked. True collaborative project here. A lot of times one guy does all the work and the other, breeder doesn't really have too much to do with it besides just supporting it. But yeah, this one is true collaborative work on this one.
Yeah, Daz he's definitely a cool dude. I talked to him about coming on, coming through here. He's going to come through here one of these Wednesday nights. So
yeah.
But I mean, I like the conversation that we had last time. We were talking about quick flowering. That that whole conversation I thought was interesting because I'll go back to that conversation. When we talk about fast flowering, I'm not going to say any companies' names, but I feel like
yeah.
I mean, that has stuck. Well, that conversation really did stick with me because it's almost unfinished work. It feels like that shit shouldn't even be being released. These quick flowering,
no one wants that. No one truly wants that. No one wants a strain that's gonna take longer than an auto flower. It's not a 60, 70 day auto. It's gonna take 80, 90, 100, 115 days, and then essentially you're gonna get your female. You're gonna put it in your mother room, and it's gonna fucking auto flower on you, and then you won't be able to keep the genetics. So it's something. It won't happen to every strain. You may get one that's super stable, and then God forbid you try breeding with it. Now it has that ruderalis gene within the genetics, and you got a bunch of herms. It's just not stuff that should be released. I don't think anyone is going to sit here and say that ruderalis is a superior, classification of cannabis. So, when people want autos, they're looking for those short flowering times, not just unstable genetics that are prone to go fucking haywire in your bedroom.
Right.
Again, if you have a customer for those and they do like those, by all means, more power to you. I just never met anyone who's looking for that type of plant.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
So it's I understand you get these big bags of seeds and you want to do something with them, but that doesn't mean you have to pawn them off to your customers as something that's, pretending to be something that it's not. Yeah, cute marketing is one thing, but we want people to have trust within this industry, right? There's enough distrust, enough shady fuckers, enough scam artists, thievery, all types of just, bukkake cuts and too much fuckery in this industry. So if we can it's up to us as breeders to have integrity and to, use our moral compass on these releases. I have so many seeds and so many crosses of stuff that just never made it to the light of market. And it should be that way. Not everything is a winner and not everything was bred for public release. So the sooner these guys can understand that, I think the better off we're all going to be as both growers and breeders. It's tough for guys like me trying to truly work an auto release for years and years and years. Why I see other guys putting out these F1 crosses of whatever to whatever clone. It's like, no, it's not an RS11 auto flower. Just because you crossed it to an auto doesn't make it an auto.
Yeah.
Just because one parent is an auto, it's not an auto. Sorry to tell you that, but if it was that easy, we'd have all kinds of autos. Everyone would have all kinds of autos. It's just not that easy. So I feel like autos, while yes, they in theory, they would be easy for a first-time grower, right? Feminized plant that you don't have to put under 12-12 to finish flowering. That sounds really nice, but in my opinion, autos are for more advanced growers. These things are quite finicky. They're
Yeah.
If it's your first time growing, I don't recommend you grow autos as much as it may be tempting. Feminized autos seem like the perfect plant for a new grower. There's just more to the story. These plants are like I said, I think more for seasoned growers who have already had some familiarity with their system, with their grow room, with their environment, with their media, with their nutrients, all these things. They all, have very big impacts upon your auto flowering plant. So get your system dialed, have some familiarity with your grow room, then maybe play with some autos and you'll be in a better spot. But a lot of people just dive right on the auto train first and foremost, and they end up getting just a lot of problems, and I hate to see it.
Yeah, your feeding schedule,
Timing, there's just a lot goes into it that you're not used to dealing with. So it's nice to get your bumps and bruises on just standard photo period plants, much more forgiving. So yeah, that'd be my recommendation with those. But really excited for it because, 10 years ago, I would have said no way we'll ever produce an autoflower. They were that bad. So it's cool to see guys like Daz and companies putting out better genetics with the Ruderalis traits.
They've come a long way, man.
They certainly have. Straight ditchweed. That's what it was. I mean, this was like Russian ditchweed. You'd find it in the ditches next to the highway, and it was trash. Like people was no big thing because didn't have high THC, and it wasn't, that super narcotic type stone that people love. So it's cool to see them coming, and the demand seems very high. I mean, I know that there's a very large demand. Obviously, when you can't make a mother plant of it, customers have to keep coming back for the seed. So it works out well for the seed producers, it seems like. But yeah, definitely a tricky thing.
And they do well. Especially, you couldn't have picked anybody better to do it with, in my opinion, really, than Night Owl, because you bring up, autos, there's only a few names that people will mention, and he is definitely at the top of the list. And I'm looking forward to seeing what's coming with that for sure.
Yeah. It's just the first of a few projects we got planned. So yeah, I'm super stoked on it. Daz is a great guy. He came to Vegas and we got to chop it up in person and meet face to face. And that's always a big part of these collaborative projects that I do. I don't like to do collabs with anyone. I get approached a lot to do a lot of collabs. I'll probably get approached again after this live by somebody, but these projects, they take years. And if the person's not on the same page with me, both, strain wise and morally, I don't want to be involved. It takes too much time, too much money. Shit is not cheap these days. These projects cost a ton of money to make and to get tested. So it's just not worth my time nor money to put out crosses with people who may be good people. But, if we don't have a personal relationship, or we haven't connected through a really good person or at an event or something, I like to let things develop organically, not just force collabs just because we could do a collab. I only do a collab if I really like your genetics. I'll reach out to you and say, hey, I like your strain. I want to work with you. That's what happened with the Surfer collab. So those guys never had spoken to me. I reached out through a seed bank similar to you and got in touch with them and wanted to do a collab. I thought the Blue Power and Point Break, not only the names, but the strains, the flavors, everything just made a lot of sense to do together. So we're stoked that they were willing to send me their breeder's cut and trusted me with that clone to work with. So super stoked on that project. Similarly to the Flow Grown, the Doomberries and Power Moves collab, another guy that I have a personal relationship with that I've known for years and years and years. We've worked together in different capacities, never an official breeding project together. So super honored to do a project with him. He's a lesser known breeder, but makes absolute fire. The Neruvian OG and just everything that he's done thus far has been awesome. And he's a really, really good guy, makes great hash. I'm a big hash guy too. So we connected over that initially. And it's just, it's been a great partnership with him as well. And then what was the other one we did, the third one?
What is a Neruvian OG? Like, what is that?
The Neruvian OG is Paiho crossed to Divine Gelato.
Oh.
So in-house is Divine Gelato. Caneroto's Paiho.
Okay.
Yep. So it's got Tahoe OG. It's got grape pie. It's got obviously gelato. It's got a ton of really pretty strains along with potency and flavor as well. Like the gelato brings the frost, and the Pie-Ho brings the washability and the crazy terps, and the Tahoe OG brings like OG potency and cushiness. That strain, yeah, she's an absolute wonder. Really good in all the crosses. We've done some additional crosses. Obviously, we did the Rascal Berries and the Blue Power, but I also did a Cinnamon cross with that one. That's going to get released at some point. So anything that Neruvian touches is super, super good. Stoked to do more collabs with him. He was an awesome guy, very gracious, super, super appreciative. A lot of times we'll do these collabs, and for one reason or another, we may not feel like the love was reciprocated, or it could be vice versa. They may not feel the love. This one was all love from the start. So yeah, super stoked.
That's how it should be, man. I mean, not always like that, but that's how it should be.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's why, all these partnerships are extremely well vetted. It's not just, oh, hey, you should work with this guy because he's got a cool strain. It's got to make sense for both parties. And
yeah, trust me, man, I get it. That's like the breeders that I choose to work. I have people all the time, man. How do I get on your seed bank? How do I, and it's like, right. I will keep an eye on you and see what you do and all that. But I really do pick and choose the people that I work with because you guys have been doing it the right way and have good reputations and are good people. I don't get along with, mostly I get along with everybody, but there's definitely people that I've dropped along the way. And, it's just learning.
Yeah. Right. Some of the most sought after seeds may just be sold by some guy who's a straight up douchebag, and you don't want to work with them.
And I won't work with people like that. Like
same deal with us. There's a lot of freaking seed banks these days. A lot of people retailing seeds at storefronts. We produce seeds in limited quantities. I only have so much seeds to go around. So it's the same with us. If we don't like you, essentially, we're not going to work with you. If it's not a good relationship, or it's not mutually beneficial, or just the vibes aren't right, or whatever the deal is, we just, simply will choose to work with somebody else. We got a lot of really good partners who can, sell the majority of our stock, no problem. So it doesn't make sense for me to, put these little guys on who may not be giving our genetics the proper attention or, that it deserves, and vice versa. It doesn't make sense for me to limit how many stock I can give to my good selling customers and my people who do good business. So we want to, at the end of the day, we want our customers to get the products, to get the seeds. We don't sell directly, so we trust you guys to be our voice to the customer. A lot of the direct to consumer relations are all done by seed banks. So if I'm not working with good seed banks, people aren't liking my seeds. That's just the way it is. So you guys are a direct extension of me, and I don't play with any fuckery. If I find out you're lying to me or my customers, immediately, all business is over. I don't put up with that. If you're gonna lie to my customers, you're gonna potentially lie to me, and if you're lying to me, what the fuck are you doing to the customers? It's really
100%, bro. And that's why I was talking about this like pre-starting this, and the reason that I even started this whole seed bank, this whole thing, years ago at this point, was because I just was so sick of being treated the way that I was being treated by some of the seed banks out there, and I just really wanted, I'm like, why can't they just do this or be this way? And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking do it and be that way. And now we're years later, 4.5 years later, and it's just cool because I built a repertoire with all my customers, man. Not all, obviously I get orders and we don't talk, they just order and they get shipped out, but
right.
I do put myself out there weekly. I make sure I respond to DMs. It's a 24/7 thing. There's nobody that's ever going to be like, oh, he didn't respond. He didn't. No, I really pride myself in the customer service and getting to really, it's not even getting to know them because I see screen names, But there's
Right.
there trust me, there's a bunch of people that I do know personally because we have conversations all the time. But it's
For
about
sure.
getting to know me. It's about you guys getting to know who I am.
Yep.
And I think that got lost somewhere along the line back when I started to buy seeds. And you never knew who anybody was. And it was hard to really contact them. You send an email, you don't hear back. You could wait weeks for your order. Like all that stuff, I was just so over because I was
Right.
that guy. I was the one going through all the seed banks, trying to buy seeds and tried all the seed banks out. And,
Right.
yeah, there's a couple out there that are good that I'm actually friends with now that we talk. But, there's a lot of them out there too that they don't give a shit, and I just always wanted to do it a little bit better and a little differently than them. And I think I've come a long way,
No, for
These
sure,
ones
man.
are
That's
nice and great.
essentially the same reason I got started on my side too. Just dealing with people. It's like, you shouldn't, I'm paying good money for your product. You don't have to be a dick to me. I'm learning just like everybody else. We're all learning together. These are new crosses. These phenotypes have never been explored. This is a learning process for us all. So no reason for you to be a dick to me. I'm one of your biggest supporters. Yeah. So no, exactly why I started it. I figured it didn't have to be that difficult or
Right.
expensive, and people who could actually stand behind their work. So ever since we started, we've offered a full satisfaction guarantee. If you have issues, whether it's germination, finishing flowers, stuff didn't finish on time like it was reported, or you're not happy with the yield, or you're not happy with the terp profile, whatever the fucking case is, your dog.
Yeah. Man, it likes to freeze on you at like that. Perfect.
Right?
Let's go.
Going in.
You're
No,
back.
but for sure. Full satisfaction guaranteed. We want all of our customers to have the best success possible. And if you didn't have luck with one pack, let's get you another one, and hopefully we can change that luck for you.
All right, let me get some. I see a bunch of questions here. Let me throw them up there. That's obviously an inside thing. So there you go with that. When you're gonna let him win?
I don't play putt no more because people get pissed if I win these things. And again, guys, I do these events for the community. I'm not here just to try to put some game together and I end up winning the prize. Like that's not what it's about. Obviously, poker, I am competitive. I like to win like you guys. So I am going to try on poker, but putt, I don't even play anymore. Those are just prizes for you guys. But I am trying to win the poker night. I would like to win. So if you're in poker and you're in a hand against me, just know I'm not just playing willy-nilly out there. Some of your good outdoor strains. So yeah, like I mentioned, the White Nightmare line is probably our best for outdoors. We really like the White Nightmare F2 outdoors, Frozen Papaya, Alpine Guava, Power Nap, like mentioned earlier, are some really great strains for outdoors. Nerve Damage. We really like our Blue Powers and Indica Dominant crosses for the more severe type injuries like nerve damage, sciatic pains, those type of things really need some serious attention. So the more potency, the better, I feel like. So definitely stuff like our Overpower, the King Louis cross to the Blue Power. The Beach Truffles are a really good one for those type of conditions as well as just the Blue Power IX2. One of the most medicinal strain that we've ever bred.
Trying to go through these. I'm back where, there's a lot of auto stuff in here, but I'm going to sort of go past that at this point because most of it is just like this, which is cool. I have great luck with autos, more than photos. Let's go. Hey, if you know what you're doing, like I've learned, which I had no idea. I've had another auto breeder come on a little while back, and I don't grow autos, so I really was ignorant to it, and I didn't know like your feed schedule has got to be late. Everything is different. Like you have to be very careful, from what I'm told. With feeding and all that, you don't feed it like you would just a regular, like regs basically, which I had no idea, but it seems like that's a thing. What do we got? Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. I need to hit the bed. Everybody's going to bed. Perfect time to him. Live still. Yeah, it's live. Yeah, it's live still. All right. I guess okay, cool. A lot of the auto stuff was in there, but that's what I've, at least, from an absolute point of ignorance to autos, because I just never grown them before.
Yeah,
it seems like
it can be tricky. I think, unfortunately, with the ruderalis trait being present, and most people buy feminized autos, it's, you got the hermaphrodite trait, you got these ruderalis characteristics. You're going to see some stuff that you might not see in a standard photocross. So, but if you know what you're doing, and and a lot of times if you're a first timer, you don't have any bad habits to break, so you can essentially, if the thing with a lot of nutrient companies, they'll have standard feeding charts. These standard feeding charts represent typical 8-9 week flowering photo strains. They don't have auto flowering feeding charts, so that could throw you for a loop as well.
Yeah.
So a lot of these synthetic nutrient guys will, hit them. Yeah, it's just, you want to try to feed the plant what it wants when it wants it, and autos just want it at different times than you're used to. So if you can wrap your head around that, it's not anything insurmountable, and it's not rocket science by any means, but it's just, with a lot of growers, sometimes they'll be stuck in their ways and they can get thrown for a loop really quickly. When can we get the papaya key lime cross? So before the end of the summer, the key lime crosses will make their debut. Like I said, we're just finalizing packaging, getting the photos all put together, getting all the documentation put together. We have hundreds and hundreds of photos from these hunts to go through, and all types of notes, and it's a lot of work. Where's my clipboard with all my notes? I don't have it right next to me. I would show you guys, but yeah, I just have, clipboard with 150 different pages of spreadsheets with different entries in different categories. And, I take these hunts very seriously, and I like to provide as much information as possible. So we're not rushing it, but it will be out before the end of summer. We're thinking Labor Day release. Guess I need to try the White Nightmare. I only grow outside. Hell yeah, you need to try the White Nightmare. It's a badass strain. White Nightmare is a hybrid of Blue Dream. Blue Dream, obviously, one of the best outdoor growing plants of all time. So, what's up, Cloudmouth? Nice to see you, man.
Yeah, I just saw him. I was just about to say it. He was on Instagram. It's all, I don't think you guys realize I have to look down at the phone. The Instagram, you guys on Instagram is like 20 of you guys over there. If you guys come over here to the dark side, I think you guys come to the YouTube. Man. I can see it in the comments. Like him and I both look at the screen. We can see the comments up there.
Yeah, so, I'm going to do a giveaway before this live's over too, guys. So you got to be on YouTube to get the giveaway.
Y'all better come over.
We're giving away this Riptide pack. And then I got 2 stowaway bonus packs we're also going to give away.
Oh, shit. Talk a little bit about those, man. What's up? So, okay. The freebies.
This is the freebie included with the Blue Lime Pie release. This is a brand new cross. Essentially, this is one of the crosses that was really, really solid from our Blue Power IX2 line, but the line was just too big. There was too many crosses. We can't release everything at once. So this is a really special one that was held back, and I thought it was the perfect time. It has the Florida Sunrise in it. Kind of fits that whole Florida vibe we got going on with this key lime pie stuff. So I figured it was the perfect cross. The Florida Sunrise is across a Green Crack and Triangle BX2 from Jungle Boys. So it has awesome Green Crack terps, mango, like uplifting, kind of heady sativa high, mixed with our Blue Power, kind of mellows it out, gives it a nice, more well-rounded hybrid effect, and still has those crazy mango terps and adds some cushiness to it. Really, really good strain. Definitely good enough for its own release. Some of the pictures that you guys may have seen are crazy, big, fat fucking nugs. Yeah, great cross, and super stoked to be able to include that with the Blue Line Pie. So it's a regular seed bonus. So whether you buy feminized Blue Power or feminized Blue Line Pie or regular seed Blue Line Pie, you'll get 5 stowaway regs with every order. So
Yeah, and I think we have a couple at least 1 or 2 packs of each left. So you guys are welcome to go to the site and grab yourselves a pack. They'll ship immediately. So go to the site if you guys want to get those. Yeah, there's a couple left. I think. Not many. Might be 1 or 2 left of each. That's
yeah.
it.
The feminized stock is a little more limited on this Blue Line Pie. We do have a decent amount of regs, but the fems are going to go quick. So if you guys want the Blue Line, I suggest you get it while the getting's good.
Yeah, let me do this. I'm gonna put the website up. Let me do this. All right, there we go. Bam. So there you go. At the bottom is scrolling the website for anybody that wants to go over there. You guys can go.
Kobe, what's your nice? What breeder, if you don't mind me asking? I've only ran Dream Beans, and I don't know your question, Kobe. What breeder? What? Just. Oh, you're talking to Buckeye Grower. Okay. But yeah, this is the pack. We're going to give away the full-size pack. This is the Surfer collab with the Point Break that we spoke about. Here's some of the rosin. Let me help and give you a smell. So yeah, this was like the grapefruit creamsicle pheno. So fucking good. Has like grapefruit notes, cream, creamsicle, orange creamsicle, cushiness, some gas. Almost like a new vinyl smell almost in there too as well. Really, really good. Yeah, the Riptide's a great one. Awesome for hash. That one does 3% plus on pretty much every pheno. So yeah, you guys will find some good washers in all these new releases. We're trying to put a big focus on solventless hash production. We've always been a hash-focused company, but all my butane brothers are few and far between these days. So we're focusing more on resin structure and hash yields as opposed to solventless capability or solvent capabilities. PowerNap freebies. So PowerNap had a freebie. I think it was the Trop GMO to White Nightmare. That was hell yeah, smoking the Point Break right now. Yeah, that was a limited edition freebie. So yeah, if you got the Trop GMO cross to the White Nightmare, you should pop those. Those are really good. That was some super purple, like nasty garlic, big yielding Eddie White Nightmare F2. Yeah. Oh, white.
Yeah. I think he was. I don't know if he was talking about. I don't know what he was talking about exactly.
Yeah, the freebie for the F2s were different than the PowerNap. So Blue Line Pie is a dumper. Yeah, Blue Line Pie took first place in Spanibus 2019 in their indica category. So it's an international award-winning strain, really popular in Europe. I feel like the Europeans got most of the stock. When we initially released the strain, we only sold with Attitude Seed Bank. So all the seeds went to Europe and they were distributed kind of first and foremost to the European countries and the UK. So a ton of people from the initial Blue Line Pie drop were overseas, which was super cool.
I got to restart it on YouTube, on Instagram. Hold on.
Recently got a White Nightmare box set. What's the first I got to pop? So the White Nightmare box set's crazy. 15 strains, all fucking fire. One I would say pop first. The Rainbows at Night Skittles Cross the White Nightmare, absolute showstopper. Amazing Z terps with huge yields, increased color, increased vigor, grows so much better than the original Z. You'll really, really like that one. But there's so many good crosses in that line, bro. You can't go wrong with any of those. That was a banging ass box set, 15 strains. One of our best for sure. Frozen papaya. If you're looking for, are you looking for flower production, Joshua, or solventless production? What are you looking for out of the set? There's definitely some washers in there. Everything does great outdoors. Everything does really good indoors and yields well. That line is a bit sativa dominant, so you're going to see some really cool sativa crosses. Everything finishes in 8 to 9 weeks, so you won't see any long flowering sativas or stuff that stretches through your grow room. So you don't have to worry about that.
All right, there we go.
Flower more. Okay, Josh. Check out the side swiped. That's a motor breath cross. Really, really good. The upside down, which is Sin Mint Cookies, cross to White Nightmare. Another really, really good one. Do you have anything with heavy red cherry terps? So we have a whole cherry line that we released back in the days. I've been meaning to bring it back. We used a strain called Buddha Sister. It's from Soma Seeds. It's a European strain that has amazing tart cherry terps. So not like cherry pie terps, that muddled kind of overripe, really sweet cherry. This is like sour tart cherry terps. Absolutely amazing. We crossed that to a bunch of strains and created a cherry line. That was one of our first releases. So we're talking 10, 12 years ago at this point. So stoked to bring those back. We also did some crosses like Choke Cherry more recently, which was a really good one. The Fruit Loops crossed to Blue Petrol. So yeah, you'd like those. We also did a Triple Cherry Diesel, which has some great cherry terps. So yeah, we got some cherry flavors for sure. I love the cherry stuff. Yep, Josh, frozen papaya will be a great one. Both great for flowers and concentrates on that one. How can I get more Atlantis freebies? So the thing about our freebies is they are indeed freebies. They aren't available for sale. We give these out in mass numbers just to get the strain out to the community. The Atlantis was available in a Blue Power box set. So if anyone has Blue Power box sets left, it is available as a full-size pack located inside the box set. So I don't know if Dark has any box sets, but they're around.
I don't know. I have to look, man. It's possible. I don't know if it's the Blue Power. I think I might have a box set, but I have to look. Okay. But did you post something recently with that? The Atlantis? Because, bro, I swear within the last week, I've had like 5 people ask me about those. It's weird.
We had some grower post some photos of his Atlantis on Discord, so everyone's getting stoked.
Okay.
I think people feel like some of these photos that I post maybe are too good to be true or something, and then once the real growers post them, it's like, okay, that shit is legit. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying, bro, literally within the last like 10 days, I've had like 5. Yeah. He's probably like the 6th person to ask me about those, about the Atlantis. Pretty funny. I mean, I think that I'll tell you this, whatever those came with, those packs wise, I can't remember. What did they come with? The Blue Power?
They came with the Blue Power. We sent Atlantis, Most Cream, and Extra Baked. So we have 3 different.
Yeah, I possibly have a freebie or 2 of the Atlantis that would go with the pack that it's supposed to come with. That's possible. So you could always hit me up, and I can let you know. I'll have to look on the site, but whatever it comes with, there might be like 1 or 2 of those freebies left. Because I said this to the other person that asked me the other day, and he bought a pack and got one of the freebies. So that's Perfect. A possibility.
And we are going to be with the Blue Power Fems. We're going to have a feminized box set that's going to go with it. A few of those crosses will be coming back in Fems as well. So tons of stuff coming out. No shortage of gear coming out. Like I said, I just don't want to flood the scene with too much stuff at once. We're trying to keep you guys well fed, but not drowning in seeds.
Not stuffed. I mean, almost. All right, so random question.
A unicorn hunt looking for bleach chlorine terps. I feel you, bro. Yes, we've definitely found stuff like that. I seek out certain strains like that in my breeding for sure. We look for those gnarly, nasty terps, rancid stuff, sour, like putrid, throw up terps. We're talking like carcass terps, dead bodies, dead animals, dead fucking fruit. I look for all the funk, bro. I'm on the hunt for it now for sure. The bleach and chlorine, I don't have anything that comes to mind necessarily off the top of my head. A lot of like new rubber gloves and like astringent kind of bitters and these things. But yeah, the chlorine kind of ones, we've seen some really cool examples, but yeah, nothing that comes to mind or nothing that is in the works as of, the recent stuff. But no, I'm always looking. Obviously, skunk is hugely sought after as well right now. Hell yeah, Cloudmouth. Thank you, brother. That was a great game.
Yeah, the skunk.
I am slightly bummed that people weren't stoked that I got second place, but I get it. We're all competitors.
That's like when I win. My name happens to go on one of these wheels, like by accident. This happened the other day, and I won. And I'm like, man, can't you like be happy? Like, I'm not gonna take it, but at least I won something, man. Like,
that's the thing, I put in effort on those games too. It's not like I play fucking 100 hands just to go home a loser.
Right, exactly, man.
No, we appreciate you guys, and the support's been great. We're stoked to do it. The end of the year, all the winners from these poker tournaments are going to get together, and I'm going to give away 100 strains to the winner of the winner of it all. We're calling it the Free Seeds for Life tournament. So that's the only way you can get entry into it is you have to win one of these kind of satellite events that gets you a free ticket to the big event at the end of the year. So don't forget about that, guys. Not only do you win a cool ass prize and maybe a cool rig or something immediately, but you also get a free ticket into the biggest cannabis poker tournament that has ever taken place. I mean, I don't know anyone else giving away 100 strains in one tournament. So we're stoked to do it. But yeah, would love to see some new faces over there. Even if you're not a big poker player, sometimes the cards just fall right and you can get yourself a win. A lot of these tournaments are absolutely free to join, so there's no commitment or you don't have to be on the hook for anything from your wife or there'll be no bitching. It's just a friendly free game where you can win some cool stuff. So stoked to do that kind of stuff for the community. And I got some cool ideas for next year. We're going to try to do more stuff. I feel like Instagram it's been so tough. We have more and more of our accounts being taken down. Right now, my main account is still there. I can log into it. I see it, but it's like Groundhog's Day. I see the same post every time. I can't look at my feed. I can't edit the profile. I can't go to the DMs anymore. I can't do nothing. So I don't know. Hopefully it's just a 30-day thing, but I don't know what's going on with that account. And the backups are so bad. You know how it is, Dark. These accounts get so shadow banned, and then the scammers come out of the woodwork and they know you're banned. It's like,
bro, I got like 5 accounts trying to be, I try to like let people know, but it's like, hey, I could only do so much, but I will say it all the time. There's like 3 or 4 accounts that are not me out there that the Telegram link, the that. Like,
if it's a Sin City Seeds account trying to sell you cocaine or mushrooms,
you know what I mean?
Speed and shit, that's not us, bro. We sell seeds. We don't even sell seeds directly. They're trying to sell you seeds. That's not us.
No, and it's not me. If I'm not going to DM you guys trying to sell you something or tell you guys, you all have to DM me. Just know that. Right. Like, I mean, if I know you and I'm DMing you for a reason, I'm not going to DM you and say you won something. Like, if you won something from me, you better come claim it because I'm not going to chase you down.
Saying. Yeah, I'm not charging shipping for any of my prizes. We
Yeah.
ship this stuff for free to you guys. So yeah, if someone reaches out saying you won something but you got to pay, that's not how I roll. Unless you're like an international customer in Tasmania and it's going to cost me an arm and a leg to get it shipped to you, then I might ask for a little shipping. But freebies are freebies are freebies. We're not charging you $25 to process your giveaway.
Right, that's the thing, you know. Tap on this, do this, take a pic. No, don't do none of that,
Yeah.
man. Be cautious. Be
And
smart.
I feel bad because people are out there getting scammed. I feel like more people are savvy to it now, but I just had a DM the other day. Somebody got taken. So I'm happy to even replace the fake seeds that you get thinking they're ours. If you truly wanted our seeds that bad and you invested your money and someone sent you fucking some boof, we're going to get you something that's going to make you happy regardless. So
Yeah.
please don't go support the scammers, but
right. It
reach
does
out.
get to the point.
We're not
like,
going to leave you high and dry.
Mhm.
We're going to take care of you one way or another. So please reach out if there was any fuckery by any of these fucks.
integrity right there, you know. I mean,
Yep.
that's what it's all about. You know, we actually give a shit about you guys. That's why we do what we do, you know.
Exactly. If I didn't, I would just be, who knows what I'd be doing, but I wouldn't. This is definitely a labor of love. The amount of hours I put into this, some people have no idea just the amount of effort that can go into these things. And everything from just like, I'm working on packaging right now for the new key lime stuff, and it's fucking driving me crazy. I've been trying to take on more and more of this stuff myself and do more of the art stuff. And, I take all the photos myself. It's just a lot of work. These stacked images with like hundreds of images stacked onto each other. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a ton of work. So I love it, and I wouldn't do it if I didn't love it, but I love to share it. So that's certainly
It
why I
is a
do
ton of
why I
work,
do
man.
what
There's
I
no
do it.
doubt.
As long as you guys support the projects. Obviously, there may come a time where the support is no longer there, but we're going to keep rocking till the wheels fall off. So
Yeah, Key Lime Pie, Rambo's cousin. I see you on the Instagram. You should just come over to the YouTube so I can see your questions up here, bro. Rambo's cousin.
So Joshua, the Yuzu Sorbet freebie was not supposed to be in the box set. That was a bonus pack. That was something exclusive for people who bought the single packs. The box sets had box exclusive packs that were only available in the 50 boxes that were sold. So they do have extremely rare packs, but Yuzu Sorbet was a giveaway pack that we've distributed hundreds and hundreds of packs of to all the seed banks. So they were out there in high numbers, but it's hard to say who got those because once I give these freebies to these seed banks, it's up to them to give them to the correct people with the correct drops. Sometimes it can be difficult, and sometimes seed banks do their best, but you may not get the one you thought you were going to get.
I mean, it does have. Well, I like, I sort of like the way that you do it because there's three. There was three, whatever came, sort of random, but one of three you were going to get, and I like that. I mean, it's difficult sometimes. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm sure we mess up occasionally, but we do our best. And if there's ever a mess up and you guys literally buy a pack because you're like, I wanted those freebies and it's happened, I will always be like, keep what you got and, take care of shipping and send out the correct freebies. As long as they're still in stock and it's not a drop that, was whatever, but we do our best.
Yeah, Eddie, we've considered putting the freebies directly in the packs as well, Eddie. I just feel like something about the loose freebie has like extra implied value. It's like, here's something tangible. You can see it with your own eyes. Some of these bags are not transparent, so you can't necessarily see that there's 2 packs in there, so you don't know what you got, and it can be difficult for us to identify it on the label itself. So it's always tricky to figure out the best way to get these things distributed properly, but we have considered putting them in the packs themselves.
I mean, I do like that, like Loving in Her Eyes, for instance. I like it both ways, like, I mean, as a customer, I think I like the freebies. As a customer, I like the freebies the way that you do it. As a seed bank, I like the way that she does the freebies.
Right.
I'm just, what I mean?
It's the way it is, yeah. Because as a customer, right, people like to trade these things too. It's like, hey, I got this one. You want to trade for that one, or this with that, or people freaking sell, like auction guys will sell those little things, or there's just a lot of different ways to do it. So it does have a little bit more versatility. But I've had like other guys like, oh shit, I lost that whole bag of those things. Like, or one dude found, like, pulls up this big bag of them. I'm like, bro, those are the fucking freebies.
Yeah. No, see, I'm anti, like, me personally, really, I'm like, if they're freebies, they're supposed to be freebies. Like, I just feel like that, you know, like, I know the auction guy, like, I see some of the, I just am so, like, I feel like if they're given to be given with something, they should be given with what they're supposed to be given with. I don't know, you know?
No,
so
I agree. At the end of the day, we support you guys as the bank. So once I give them to you guys, I trust that you're going to do the right thing with them. But it does, I have to chuckle a bit when I see people selling them, or I see people not giving them out and they're hoarding them, or it's like, what are you doing with all those things? Let's get them to the people. They're meant to be grown, not hoarded. Give them shits out. You got plenty of freebies from other guys. Let's get these things out to the people. But at the end of the day, we trust our partners and we trust that they're going to do the right things. But as a customer, if you don't like what your seed banks is doing with these freebies, go somewhere else. Lots of options these days.
No doubt. And, you know, like I said, like with me personally, you know, the way that we do it is you'll get those freebies, but you're also going to get other freebies. Like I have a lot of, you know, I do have a lot of breeders that will send me, like, you know, bags of loose, and we'll package them in our own packaging. So you're never going to just get the freebie that's supposed to come with, you know, you buy a Sin City pack, you're going to get his freebie. Plus you're probably going to get 2 other freebies. Could be 808, could be in-house, could be Fresh Coast. Like, you're going to also get other freebies as well. So I feel like freebies are, you know, like he'll tell you, man, grow your freebies. And all the guys that I work with, they're not giving freebies out because they're fucking, you know, not going to be good. Trust me. They're giving their freebies out because you guys most likely are going to find something really good in those freebies. So I say grow your freebies out.
Right. A lot of times it's the ones we were the most stoked on. If you think about the way the freebies have to work, we have to have that many freebies for every single pack sold. So if we weren't confident in that pack, there's no way it could have been a freebie because we have to give it out in such high numbers. We produced a lot of those seeds. So a lot of times it's like one of the strains I was most stoked on, the one I threw fucking 6 moms of to get pollinated, to produce a ton of seeds, to, you know, to have these high numbers and be able to share these strains. So super stoked on all of our freebies. We don't put crap under our Sin City label. If it's a strain that I'm not confident in, it just doesn't go out. I won't give it out even as a free, even as a giveaway. I just, that shit goes, I eat it. I like hemp seeds. They're very nutritious. I eat them shits. Literally, I'll eat them.
I like that. What else we got? What if you planned the bean outside? Say what? I can't even. What if you planted the bean outside and it grew into the clouds? Okay.
Jack and the Beanstalk. I mean, some of these strains you would think they're Jack and the Beanstalk. It seems like, especially when you're in your indoor setup, right? You got this tent, you're all stoked on your height from your light to your top of your canopy, and then boom, she stretches and she stretches and she stretches and she's through the light and she's through the fucking tent, out the tent. I've seen people with tops out the tents, like out the vent. Sativas that won't stop. Some people don't like, you know, just topping your plant, losing out on that cola, even if it's not going to get much light. I've seen some crazy things. We've also vegged plants for facilities and indoor settings where vaulted ceiling, you got a literal 15-foot mom. And my buddy was growing some Blue Powers indoors, and he had Blue Power isn't known for getting extremely wide. She produces somewhat kind of tight lateral branching. So this plant, he said he was topping and super cropping every day, but the guy clearly wasn't, because it was like a palm tree. Literally had like maybe 2 feet of canopy, but it was like the stalk was fucking 10 feet long. Literally had to get a U-Haul truck and lay these plants down to bring them into the facility. Yes, absolutely crazy. He had this was back when we had those big Magnum hoods too, them big ass hoods that are a pain in the ass. Literally wenched up 15 feet high, trying to get right over this plant. It was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely done some Jack and the Beanstalk type stuff, whether it was planned or not. Some of these facilities, there's always delays with jurisdiction and regulation, so you're just waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting, and fucking mom's got 15 feet tall.
All right, so what are we at? We're at, I think you've been with me an hour and a half already. I appreciate that. I don't think, I was supposed to have Romulan here, but he never, I think that he just couldn't get on for some reason. So I do appreciate you hanging out with me.
Hey, no worries, brother. I'll fill in.
Hell yeah. So if you want, we can do a giveaway with the hashtag.
Let's do it.
We could
start
use
with this bad boy.
Here, I'll show you how this works. Let me pull this up. We'll do here, and we'll do Sin City because the hashtags will get around there as well. So it's always good. Oh wait, hold on. I need to do it like this. Share screen. Giveaway tool. Enter. Okay. So now what you guys have to do is that's the hashtag right there. I wish it didn't like take the whole screen up the way that it does, but y'all can still see us. We down here. No, over here. But all you guys got to do is type the hashtag out, and we'll let it go like a couple minutes. And the cool thing about the hashtag is we are across all the platforms, so it just let's go Sin City.
Yeah. If you guys aren't following our backup Instagram account, please do so. It's at Sin City with 1 underscore. It's the only account we have access to currently. So if you're looking for us on IG, that's where we're at.
Let me tell you guys on Instagram, you guys have to come over to the YouTube, man. I see you putting the hashtags on the Instagram, and I'm trying to let you guys know as many times as possible. We cannot see your comments. So if I can't see your comments where I'm looking right here, then that means that this is not going to pull your guys' comments. So we're going to give you guys a couple minutes, man. Come over to the YouTube. You could do it on the Facebook too. It doesn't matter. But you have to, if you want to enter into this right now, you guys have to come over to the YouTube and put the hashtag in that way. I apologize. No, not there. Like, oh yeah, Field of Sight, Spindler, Beantown, Jane, Dre, all you guys that are doing the hashtags on the Instagram, you guys have to come over to the YouTube. So I'll give you guys a couple minutes. There's like still 10 of you guys in there. Come on over to the YouTube. And you guys
Don Cobet, I think you got to use the actual hashtag. You can't use the emoji hashtag.
No, it's got to be exactly like that is right there. It won't pick it up. Yep.
What do you got? Some kind of bot monitoring this or what?
Well, it's called what is it called? It's called a giveaway tool, and it's actually part of the StreamYard. So
nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It makes giveaways really easy. And like I said, the person that really helped me like put this all together, he told me, because he's been doing this a while, that those hashtags, make it across social media too. So, to have the hashtag out there, he said it's a really good thing. So I try to use mine and whoever else is in here with me, so the hashtag is out there. And no.
Fuck yeah.
Cool. All right, so I see you guys coming in here now. You guys see, cool. All right, there's only 6 of you left over on Instagram. That's a good thing. So most of you guys are in here now. 70-something people in here? That's cool. And I think that's just showing us the Facebook too. So there's probably a lot more people that are actually watching than it looks like. The only thing I would like
plug the Discord. Yeah, so if you guys are on Discord, please come check out the Sin City Discord. We're trying to do some really cool stuff over there. The invite link is just Sin City Seeds, so https discord.gg/Sin City Seeds. That'll get you into the server, and yeah, we'd love to have you over there. So,
man, I wish I could figure out a way to make that smaller, but it is what it is, I guess. Yeah, I don't know how to do it yet. I'll figure it out. The dynamic grid. Oh, what did I just do? I don't know what I just did. Oh, yeah. I mean, it looks the same, but they definitely did something. What?
Hell yeah,
Anyway.
Wes. Appreciate your support, brother.
I shouldn't be playing with buttons while we're live. I should have played with the buttons before we were live.
Dude.
Oh, shit. I don't know. I think we're good, though. All right. So, what do we have? 8 people. So, my bad, it was late. Okay. Any of you guys over on Instagram, we'll give you guys like 2 more minutes. So, we'll say 10:35. We'll let this pick the winner. And if you guys are on Instagram, still come over to YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube. Make sure you guys subscribe to Sin City's Discord. You have a link in your bio. Is there a link tree in there?
Yep. We have a link in the bio. But yeah, big things happening over on the Discord.
All right. 8 people over. Damn, I can't figure out how to comment on YouTube. What you mean, Jane? You can't figure out how to comment on YouTube. You have to hit.
You gotta log in, I think.
Yeah, you might have to just log into your YouTube.
Or your Gmail.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. All right, we'll give them 1 more minute, and we'll let this pick a winner. You have to have an account, Slim Doggy said. Yeah. I think all you need is an email address to make an account, though. It's not like it's, not difficult.
I mean, if you have a Gmail, you can automatically link your Gmail.
Exactly. All right, cool. So 10:35. I think everybody's had enough time. And yeah, this is pretty cool. Like it'll here, watch. I'm gonna draw it right now. It'll flip through all the names. You'll see them all go through the screen, and it just picks a winner, man. That's how easy it is.
See if I can get some better light. This rosin looks dark on there.
All right, Jack Dog Rose. Jack Dog Rose. Let us know you're here, buddy.
This is the Riptide rosin. Let's see.
Yeah, I can make you big. I think I can make you bigger. Wait, exit soul. Yeah, why did I do that? Oh man, I definitely messed something up when I did that.
Yeah, this stuff's fucking.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Woo.
All right, Jack Draw Grows. We'll give you one more. Give you another minute, but let's go. Yeah, I like this, man. It's so much better than Instagram. Like the giveaway tool, like to be able to have the scrolls at the bottom. There's just a lot more we can do on here. The backgrounds are cool. I think it's pretty cool compared to Instagram. While we can be on everything at the same time,
Right.
And this will get a lot of views. Like the last one that I did, there's like almost 2,000 views on there. So the cool thing about this is as soon as I end it, it automatically goes right onto YouTube. So people can go back and watch this, and it'll be there for fucking ever. I'm not taking it down. Like this will be there forever for people to look back
I'll
at.
link it too on my stuff.
All right, cool. All right, there's Jack Draw. Okay, we got you, bro. So there's the winner right there. He's here.
Congrats, brother. So yeah, shoot me a DM on Instagram, and I'll get these out to you directly, brother.
Hell yeah.
Jack Draw, Sin City Seeds _. Shoot me a DM. We'll get you squared away. And I got 2 more.
Oh shit, let's go.
So,
all right.
These are the bonus packs. These are that Florida Sunrise Blue Power Cross that I was talking about with the mango terps and big yields. The stowaway. So we got 2 5-packs. However you want to do it, Dark.
All right, let's do it the same way. We'll switch the hashtag up this time. And then what I'm going to do for the last one is I am going to put the wheel for all you guys that, I know there's a lot of people in here that might not be on the wheel. So I feel like these 2 first ones can be for you guys. Well, everybody that's in here. But then I'm going to put the last giveaway. I'll put the wheel up for you guys that reposted and all that stuff. So here, we'll do a second hashtag.
That was some blue lime pie. Here's some more Riptide.
Yeah, it looks. I wish I would have fucking been able to see you, man.
Yeah, no, it was great. My mom, like I said, my mom was in town, and I had a big boy prime rib in the oven when you were headed
I
back from
know,
Boulder
I
City.
know.
That was probably a good trip, though. I'm glad you got to make it out there. Hot as balls at the lake, but
Bro, it was.
cool
I
views.
went to whatchamacallit, Red Rock Gorge, I guess it's called.
Okay.
Yo,
Red Rock
like I'm
Canyon?
in the car. We're driving through. I'm sure I know you've probably been there, right?
Yeah.
So we're driving through and we pull over, where the wall is, like the Red Rocks. And I get I get out of the car, man. And well, I look at the temperature, 127 degrees it said on my damn thermostat. Yo,
Yeah.
bro, I had sandals, like my feet on the ground. That's the worst part. It's not even like up here in the sun there. It's if you have like no socks and like just sandals on,
Oh,
bro,
yeah.
that's it feels like you're standing on an oven. It's insane. Like
Right.
I
You're
lived in
melting
Florida for a long
bottom
time.
of your flip flops.
Yeah, bro, it's totally different heat. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. No, my mom came from Florida. She's like, she likes the dry heat better. So she's a big fan of 120 over, 90 and 90, I guess. But
Wait,
yeah,
why-
it's
why-
tough. It's definitely like you're in the oven with the blow dryer on you. It's all tough though.
Yeah.
AC works great when it's dry, at least. So we got some good AC in this town.
No, it was great, man. It didn't bother me at all. Like that was the hot. Why is it not letting me? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to make it where it was, and I think when I played with something before. Wait, is this right? All right, there we go. So there's the hashtag anyway. But like it was not. When the thermostat said 118 or 115 in the city, like it didn't feel that hot, and like really today was 93 degrees here. I sat outside. I wanted to go sit in the sun because I just like to sit in this, I like to sit in the sun. So I was only able to sit out there for 30 minutes, man, before I was like drenched, and it felt hotter here at 93 than it did there at 115. It's just
because it's a different kind of heat here. The sweat evaporates so fast here that you don't doesn't like build up on you. We don't get like the wet fucking soggy shirt, and it's just evaporates so quickly. So it's definitely different. I've been trying to stay out of the sun. I had some melanoma stuff recently, some scares, so I've been watching out from the sun. I'm growing up in Vegas, and I used to do swimming pool construction when right out of high school. So being in the bottom of empty pools all summer long in Vegas was just brutal for my skin. So I've been trying to like hide out from the sun a bit this summer. It hasn't been too bad indoors, but yeah, I feel bad for the people who gotta earn a living out there. Like I'm saying, I did it for years, so I got a lot of love for those guys.
100%, man. I worked, when I first moved to Florida, first thing I did was landscaping, and we would do palm trees, like huge palm. That's really where I learned, I learned a lot. Just planting trees, palm trees, removing them, planting them, all that. A lot the same with cannabis. And I was only like 18 years old, my first experience with that. And I grew shortly after, but to be outside in the sun, and then roofing, construction. So I definitely feel that. And I feel like you're right, man. Like, I don't know. I like the sun, but probably should not try to be out in the sun as much as I try to be sometimes.
Yeah, no, I'm used to trying to get my nice tan on, and not anymore. Fuck that. I got a long sleeve shirts and a big ass hat most of the time, and it does a number on you for sure.
It does, man. I got this, like my nose. I don't know. I feel like you saying that like makes me feel like I should go and check this shit out. That's fucking
dermatologist, right? My wife was harping on me to go get some things looked at, so I finally did, and they got the little freezer thing. Now it's so quick that it's like, we'll freeze that off right now for you. I'm like, all right, let's do it. And I had something on top of my head where it's almost like the can of duster.
Right.
Like, close it, just kept freezing. It's like, it's going to be so cold it burns. But a couple weeks later, gone. No scarring or anything. So that was chill. Literally.
Oh, shit. All right, 2 minutes, guys. Anybody that's over on the Instagram, if you guys want to get in on this giveaway, like Jonathan Carter, I see you over there. Cyclops, True Dope Guy, Chippewa, Toe, East Coast Boro, Exotic Alchemy. I'm just calling you guys out that are on Instagram because you guys are welcome to come over to the YouTube. I'm going to give you guys 2 more minutes, and then we'll spin this one, and then we'll do the last one with the wheel that I have made up. So, you know, as long as you guys got on the wheel, the repost, I feel like most of you guys are in here. We'll use the there's Jonathan Carter. All right, I see you, fool. I see you. I'm right. Just checking.
Hell yeah, that brother should have some blue line. He got some blue line pies back at the Breeder Ball.
Yeah, that's definitely my homie right there. You know.
Yeah, I think he mentioned that he had him in veg. So we're stoked to see what he does with them.
Oh yeah. I mean, he did win the award over there at Breeders' Ball.
Right. Oh,
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
That's why he got his pack on the house. Yeah, that was cool. Nice, super nice guys. Him and his other buddy, right?
Yeah, Chronic
Yeah.
Skywalker.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep,
Good
both
guys.
those guys.
Yep.
All right, I think we'll give you guys 1 more minute. We're pretty close to a quarter till. We'll do 1 more with the wheel.
Nice, Zook. You got one at the Breeders' Ball too. Yeah, I was selling them at the Breeders' Ball ahead of the release. Nobody really knew. I didn't make a big announcement of it or anything. I was trying not to let banks scoop up handfuls of them.
Right.
No, we definitely try to have some cool stuff when we rarely do these exclusive kind of in-person events. I do try to bring out something from the vault for the people. So try to do it right.
All right,
Did you
here
go
we
to like the Steeds and Clones? What events in Michigan did you do this year?
Well, I mean, I went to Hash Bash, and
Okay, Bash, just a huge event, right?
yeah, I didn't really particularly like it. I don't know. There was just a bunch of garbage there, to be honest. You know, there just was.
Drunk people and all kinds of.
Yeah, you know, bad like pound. You know, trying to sell pounds for $80. You know, shit like last year, like that was just on every table, and it was just like you go to these events because you want to find something, and there was the only people that had fucking anything worth smoking were people that I already knew. You know, so it was just like, okay, I see how it is. You know, I won't be going to too many more events like that because I don't know. I mean, you know, I would have to be picky and choosy about what events I would go to, but a lot of it's so, you know, a lot of these guys, like this is a conversation I had with Gene Traders before you. A lot of these guys are just really about making money. The promoters, they make it like they give a shit, but they don't, you know, they won't be charging what they charge. They won't be trying to, you know,
for sure.
You know, you see a lot of the back stuff and you're like, there's, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Exactly why I don't do a lot of these events anymore. If I'm doing more promotion than the promoters, something ain't fucking right.
Exactly, man. And like, you know, I'm obviously friends with Ross Fresh Coast. Like he went to the 710, you know, the 710 event, and I'm not talking shit about the event. I'm just
710, yeah.
You know, saying that he said there was 200 vendors, you know, with 100 customers. Like you can't charge people $1,000 a table and have more tables than there are customers. Like it's just not, you know.
Right. You're lucky to sell something to another vendor. That's
what I'm saying, bro. He sold four packs of seeds in 3 days and three 2-gram jars. Like you're not even covering your you know, like you got I don't know. It's just wild, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's too much of that going on. Like if you're the promoter, like you should be looking out for your vendors, not trying to just get over on them, basically, you know.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Here we go. Good luck, guys.
Good luck, guys. Buckeye, there he is.
Let's go. I already see you, Buckeye. You tell him, Buckeye Grower. That's you, brother.
Nice one, man. Congratulations. Yeah, DM me, Buckeye. We'll get this out to you ASAP. Don't DM a scammer, though. He'll charge you $25 to get it shipped to you.
Yeah, man. Right.
Don't do that. I'm not going to charge you.
All right, let me get this off here. and let me put on this one now. And this will be the wheel. This will be the repost wheel that you guys did. And I'm actually going to put the whole wheel up there. I didn't realize I could do this before, but I can. So here we go. Let me shuffle it up. I probably should have did it with a duck race because hopefully whoever wins is in here. I'll say this: if we spin this and the person's not in here, we can go back to we could do a hashtag one more time. But hopefully you guys can see that well enough. I know it's taking up a lot of the screen.
Yeah, hard to see anything.
Yeah, here, but we'll spin it one time at least. We can go back to the hashtags. It's cool. We'll just spin it one time and see if we could see it or not.
Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, we can. So, okay. So that's Hawaii Mike. So Daz Mike card 3. Let us know if you're here. Hawaii Mike. If you're not here, we can just go back to the hashtag for the last one. And I will probably use this wheel. I'll go live tomorrow and do a couple giveaways based off this wheel. Just because I know you guys took the time to do it. But I feel like, oh, he is here. Okay. All right. So that's him right there. All right. So I guess we're good.
Sweet. Yeah, Mike, just shoot me a DM. We'll get you squared away. Congratulations, everybody. Stoked to get these in your hands. These are some goodies.
That's what's up. All right. Perfect, man. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think we made it almost 2 hours, bro. So if you guys have any last minute questions, about the blue power line, about the new drop, Simmons, some old questions, anything you guys want to ask, I feel like this is the time right now. I'll try to go.
Anything that you guys would like to see from breeders that you don't see in the market? If there's niches, we're always trying to, take care of all customers, not just the people who like our current line. So if there's something that you guys want to see, I know CBD was a topic earlier, definitely looking into that more, like I said, secondary metabolites and more of these rare cannabinoids.
So what do you think about THCV?
THCV, awesome one. Really one that I'm looking for sure. Very hard to find, very rare in stuff outside of like land races and long flowering sativas. So we're looking for high THC cultivars with low flowering times that we can work into hybrids. But THCV, great for energy. It's one of the few cannabinoids that actually decreases your appetite. So it's good for people who want to not get the munchies and eat the whole fucking fridge after a session. A lot of these people looking to consume would also like some appetite suppression. So THCV is great for that. Blue Power crossed the blue cheese. Fuck yeah, blue cheese is one of my favorite cheeses of all time. Definitely looking to get some more European stuff into the breeding stuff. We did a Deep Pockets cross. It's a Mac cross the Blue Power. You definitely like that one, Jones. That's a good one. I have some sour kiwi. We actually got some kiwi cross to Blue Power that we're looking to get tested soon. So those might be available on Discord for like a grow off or a testing program that we're going to open up soon.
Yes.
Order a pack of blue. Yep.
Yeah, that's what comes. Yeah. Yep. 100%.
Yes, sir.
Sin City T. Oh, thank you for your. I thought it said Sin City TV. Sin City, thank you for your time.
Right. But always trying to do cool stuff for you guys. Autos to test that are short sativas. Hell yeah.
So the THCV.
So yes, that is a cannabinoid that can increase anxiety in certain folks. Bruce Banner Blue Power is already done, tested, photos done. It was a collab with Dark Horse. We've talked about releasing it. I haven't spoke to him in a while, but definitely got the cross. It's done.
That sounds fucking good, bro. That sounds really good. Raspberries and Blue Power across the Bruce Banner. Both tested, both
fucking phenomenal. So hope to get those out at some point too. That's another one of the collabs that we definitely need to get out. A ton of collabs this year. This year was the year of collabs for sure for us, with the Surfer collab, the Flow Grown collab, Night Owl collab, Bulletproof collab, Dark Horse collabs, tons of collabs. Bloom Seed Co. We got another Bloom cross coming out. Some of our Bloom collabs have been our most popular collabs to date.
Yeah,
so we're really stoked on the new Bloom stuff. A few people have got some of those crosses over on his Discord, but I have a whole line of stuff that no one's ever seen yet. So we got tons of stuff that needs to be tested and needs to get out soon. So you guys are in store for some heaters. The Bloom stuff is always good, great for all these solventless guys that seem to make a pretty good living selling rosin. All my rosin stars out there, these are the crosses for you guys. So be on the lookout for those. Apple fritter to Blue Power. Yes, we did. That's called the Extra Baked. That's one of the freebies that we mentioned was with the Atlantis from the Blue Power IX2 drop that last year. I'm sure Dark has a few of those left over in his stash. So if you get something from the Blue Power IX2 line, I'm sure he can hook you up with a pack of Extra Baked.
Yeah, there's definitely 100%, bro. 100%. Like I that's one thing I do have to go with every pack. Every pack you guys get are going to come with the freebies. They're supposed to come with plus. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, that's a frosty strain. The Mac, obviously known for its frost production, Blue Power as well. So those two together. What we named it Deep Pockets because it's a cross I could have charged a lot of money for. Obviously, some of these Mac crosses are fucking $250, $300. Some of these crosses, so it was kind of a cool name, but I'm not into charging $200 for retail packs of seeds. Blue Power on the PK. So the Las Vegas Purple Kush cross to Blue Power was the Power Perps, one of our first purple hybrids of any kind. It was, a release over a decade old. One of my favorites to this day. Absolute banger. Kind of a shorter plant. She was not the biggest, but fucking the flowers produced were absolutely phenomenal. I'm a huge fan of PKs. The SR71 Purple Kush, Pure Kushes. I like PKs in all their forms. So good question, Joseph.
Right. I think that let's get this down. And I think we're pushing. Yeah, we're just about. Hey man, you hung out with me 2 hours, bro. I appreciate you filling the time.
Rocky Grower, you won the stowaway, brother.
Let's go.
Upside down.
Oh yeah. Anything else? Let's see. You mind? Just one I won.
IPM regimen for keeping moms long time. So I always recommend at least some sort of IPM regimen for sure. I'm not a big fan of whipping out the chemicals and putting on your hazmat suit and having to poison your house and home and your family and all that. There's a lot of really good natural oils, horticultural oils that can be used with great success over a long period of time. But I do like to switch from horticultural oils to some sort of surfactant to then wash the oils off. If you apply too much oils to plants, you can block the pores the plants breathe from. So I like to wash off the oils after 3 or 4 applications of oil-based products, but a lot of really good products out there to be used. Some of the most effective are things like garlic oil, obviously very stinky, not something home growers love to use much, but very effective and extremely cheap. There's tons of good oils. I don't recommend going out and spending hundreds of dollars on Einstein oil or fancy neems with expensive price tags, or a lot of these kind of overkill products that are available on the market are just a bit much. So we like to keep it simple with our IPM. I do use Xeritol as well as Sanidate for post-harvest cleanup and those type of things. But IPM's definitely a good topic and something we could talk about for 2 hours alone, just on that. It's kind of a not necessarily a one answer fits all situations. It depends on your unique situation, how to best approach your IPM. So if you ever have any questions, feel free to jump on the Discord or shoot me a DM. I'd love to help you walk through and create a nice regiment that'll work good for you.
How you feel about those? That's a good question. I mean, I'm curious. We've been having this conversation a little bit.
Predator light. I'm not familiar with Predator lights.
Okay. Yeah.
What is it? Just LEDs?
Well, they're LEDs with, I think it's UV something that's supposed to kill predators, and
UVC.
Yeah.
This technology's been around a really long time.
Mhm.
Anyone who's had any practical application with UVC as far as sterilization knows that it's all about contact time. So the light has to be in contact with the mold or pest for X amount of time for it to be effective.
Well, that's the thing. Like, the idea that your lights are up here and the pests are down here, I feel like we'll see. I feel like, that's all I'm saying. Like,
and the issue with grow rooms, right? We have all these fans, we have all this air movement. As your leaf is fluttering, it's not in a static position. Therefore, the UVC light that's hitting it may be less effective than something that's not moving or not fluttering. I feel like the technology is sound and is great in certain applications, but by no means is it the end.
Right. Yeah.
Of this technology, UVC has been around for a long, long time. You will, it's not great for you either. So yes, it kills bugs. Yes, it kills spores, but it also negatively affects your health.
Right, and that's okay. This is where the conversation went when we were having this before. Is how good, like, I mean, if your lights are killing bugs, how good can it be for you?
Correct. Same thing with the oils, though. I mean, if you're using these IPM regiments and they're killing all this stuff and they claim to kill all this stuff, and you're not using proper protocols to protect yourself from that, that can be an even larger issue. So you just have to be smart about how you deploy these things. There's lots of various good ways to treat these issues, but I feel like you got to take everything the lighting guys are selling with a grain of salt, because this technology is not brand new. It's been around a very long time. And, I think the practicality of it is, leaves a little bit to be desired in grow room settings, inside AC ducts and inside your water lines and inside your fish tank. In, certain situations, UVC sterilization is absolutely crucial. But under canopy lighting, I would rather have, good spectrum that's going to boost my yields rather than potentially treat a pest that I shouldn't have in the first place.
What do you think about under canopy lighting in general?
I think, again, another kind of slick thing. The thing about the absorption of the leaf, it's like a solar panel. So if you're you ever seen leaves that'll twist over? Like if you have under canopy lighting, your leaves has to twist over to absorb the photons to properly, use those photons. So
agreed. This is agreed. Okay.
If your under canopy lighting is more intense than your over canopy lighting, then your leaf will turn and it will face that light. But if you're battling back and forth, and I used to use a lot of vertical bulbs back in my HPS growing days. I used to do 1,000-watt overhead with 1,000-watt verts hanging in between. Growing absolute trees, pound plants indoors, no problem. Deep water culture, just huge plants. So I have a lot of familiarity with side lighting more so than under canopy. I feel like side lighting.
Click back in. Bro, he frozen, bro. Damn.
Is once I start using my hand to talk, it's fucking.
Yeah, that was so weird. Yeah.
But no, it's like a solar panel. It can only absorb from one direction. So if it makes sense that your primary source of lighting is underneath your canopy, by all means, go for it. I don't like to have my lighting down where I have a bunch of water and, drip lines and potential other things that, grow room resets are difficult enough, let alone just another thing to clean. I'm also a big proponent of LEDs reducing your overall wattage. I'm not trying to go 1-for-1 with 1,000-watt guys. I mean, the whole draw for me for LEDs was reduced consumption with increased efficiency. I'm not looking to grow under 1,500-watt LEDs and, grow 1,000-watt LED lights and, have all these extra lights to clean and more things to malfunction and drivers to check and potential electrical issues and all these different things. So I'm a big fan of just solid overhead lights that have good penetration. That's what I like. If you're not getting good yields, obviously side lighting is another great option where you can increase the overall photons of your plant, but without having to make your leaves do a 180-degree twist to absorb the photons. So I see these guys claiming all these high numbers, and yes, do I think that they'll increase your yield? 100%. But do I think it's increased yield, quality, and an overall worthwhile approach to do it? That I don't know. There's a lot of ways to increase your yield. You can go vertical, double stack, triple stacks. So I'm just not 100% sold on under canopy lighting for myself just yet.
No, agreed. I feel the same way. This is the conversation that we had before, and there's a lot of things that come out. Technology, new technology, people taking advantage too. A lot of these things that come out nowadays, we wouldn't use before, and I won't use them now. And some methods just work. There's no reason to fix something that's not broke. But I get it, but I feel like there's no real use for a lot of these things that come out nowadays. Yeah.
And obviously there's cases where it's like, okay, I'm growing a cultivar that gets really purple, but it only gets really purple if it has intense lighting in the lower canopy. A lot of these guys, certain commercial cultivation brands have their flagship strain. And if they can't present that flagship strain in a purple form like their customers expect, top to bottom, they could see diminished returns and whatnot. So I could see for certain cultivars where you have to have intense lighting to get your purple coloring all the way through. I think then it can be very useful. But, most circumstances, top lighting is going to get you your quality A buds with great coloring. And then a lot of companies will just send the other stuff to hash anyway. So, I think there's a certain ideal situation for those type of deployments. But if I was designing a new grow room, I would never want, my reset team to have to fight these lights. And, I'm sure all of them are IP rated to withstand a decent amount of water, but anyone who's, worked in a 100-light grow room, that it's very difficult to get these things cleaned properly, and adding additional hurdles and additional electrical things. And obviously home, growers who don't have to worry about inspections or any type of, electricians coming, engineers designing these things, those, it becomes a very difficult job to cool those lights beneath and, to properly utilize the photons or get the lights hooked up correctly or account for the AC needed for the additional photons that it's generating. There's just so many different variables that go into it. I just think if I was designing a grow room, unless it was a single room that all I had is, one room, 20 lights. I got to get the most I can out of this room. Those situations, yes, you want to throw as much light as you can to get the most yield you can. But I also like to not really rock over 1,000 ppfd on my plants.
Well, and
Some people
you know,
like to push it to 1,500, and they grow these giant nugs, and they got all the like just straight beasters. I grow for quality. I'm not growing to
No.
sell feed. So I like
yeah,
to grow, lower temperatures in my grow room. Don't go above 80 degrees. Don't go above 60% humidity. Don't all these VPD this, VPD that. A lot of these commercial growers have pushed these notions onto home growers that you have to run these certain parameters, and it's just not true. If you're looking for quality, you don't have to do all that. You don't have to push it to the absolute limit to get connoisseur grade quality flowers. You just don't.
no, and that's what it's all about. That's what I mean. Hey, if you're commercial with that, but that's what it should be all about.
Right.
Connoisseur quality flower. That's it.
That's why we don't really market our stuff to commercial grows, because first thing they want to know is how big does it yield? How much THC does it have? How fast does it finish? All, metrics that don't necessarily speak to quality. So it's all about quality with us. Some of the commercial guys might get a little bummed, but at the end of the day, if you put quality at the forefront, your company's going to be successful regardless. So that's that's the idea, and we're sticking to it.
And we're sticking to it too. So I appreciate you for hanging out tonight, man. I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. We've been here for a little while now. I'll definitely have you come back again. I love having you on. I mean, the time flies by. So
for sure, if you come back for August shows, we're definitely getting together and doing
let's go. I'm 100%, bro. I'm gonna let you know. I'll give you a call.
I'll try to go to the show with you. I'll try to get in there.
Yeah, I would have got you in there. I would have bought you. I would have got you. Well, you could. We would have got you in there.
Yeah.
So
for sure, bro.
But everybody else, you all have a good night, man. I appreciate you guys. We can't do what we do without you guys. So the respect is there. Trust me, I'm always here to answer your guys' questions, emails, phone numbers on the site, whatever it is, man. Feel free to reach out anytime. I'm always going to respond. Mostly always. Maybe not at 4:00 in the morning, but soon after. So,
guys, cheers. I'm gonna do this dab for y'all.
Let's go. Woo, get it. That shit looks so good, man. I'm so upset that I didn't get to come out there.
I'll save it for you.
All right, cool.
Cool, brother. All right, guys, have a great night, and please DM me to all the winners. Thanks again, guys. Have a good one.
Peace, guys. Much love. I appreciate everybody. See you soon.